Like I remember reading up on it, and I was like, oh shit.
Holy shit! Yeah, that's a lot.
Yeah. So basically, I was reading up on it, and I was surprised too because I didn't know that they were that popular. I think it's only because they stream once or twice a week, but yeah, they get up to like 82,000 viewers on Twitch every week.
Nuts.
Averaging 83,000. That's huge. So, anyways, in terms of like, raising the popularity of D&D, they're definitely big. But yes, I think now we're live on YouTube, so everyone who's watching from home, you guys can hear us. We were just talking about how Critical Role ended their campaign and whatnot. Yeah, we'll probably get started in a few minutes. But yeah, I was like 82,000. I was like, I feel like that's a lot. And then I go on Twitch, and I'm like, the highest person's around 30 or 40 on like sometimes when I log on. But unless it's a special event, I feel like hitting 82,000 is a lot, no? Am I crazy?
No, it's a lot.
A lot of people.
Like even on Instagram, that's still a pretty big number.
To be fair, they are actual celebrities. Like all of them have voiced such well-known characters known internationally.
Yeah,
like
but I don't think that makes them celebrities though, because like when you voice act, right? People don't know you, they know the character. Unless they've gotten to know you, that'll be a different story.
Yeah, but I mean compared to what else is on Twitch?
Yeah.
Like just regular people, like gamers and other streamers, just regular people that have a job and stream as well, or just stream professionally. Compared to them, like they're a lot well known, and a lot of them, like a lot of their Twitch viewers come from actual like people that found out that hey, he voices McCree, or most of the cast is voiced in Dragon Ball, and that's how they kind of stick to the stream.
Yeah, I think that's just kind of like the cool factor. I think the main thing that really draws people in is really just the content itself. But I'll give you an example. Like there's probably like, prawn stars or even actors, really famous people who don't even get 1/10 of the views that these people get, precisely because like their content's not nearly as good, despite having far larger household names. I feel like voice actors, unless you were a prominent actor, you really don't get shine at all. You can really be incognito most of your life unless you go to some kind of like fucking nerd convention that everyone's like, oh, well, I loved it when you streamed and you were talking as Nemo, and they're like, but most regular people don't really care who the voice actor was unless it's a famous person.
100% the content is amazing. Like the time he put in his world and how he DMs is, I mean, he has eight years of work on his world, constantly.
Do you guys know who voiced Simba?
No. The original?
Do you guys know who voiced Aladdin?
No. I know Earl Jones Jr. Did Mufasa, though.
You see what I'm saying? You guys are not going to know who voiced any of these people because nobody really cares like that unless you're an avid fan. I feel like voice actors, unless you're, who's the comedian who committed suicide?
Robin Williams.
Robert Williams. When he did Genie, that was different because he was Robert Williams. Robin Williams doing that. But if it was just a random person, you would have not cared whatsoever.
I would argue that voice actors aren't famous; their voices are famous. So you would know the voice if you heard it. If it was a popular voice actor and they did a different character, you would recognize, oh, I've heard that voice somewhere, but you wouldn't know whose name that voice is associated with.
Exactly.
True.
Like I do that all the time in anime. Like I'll be like, I definitely know I've heard that guy play Naruto. I've heard that guy play this person, but I wouldn't be able to pick her face or her name out of a lineup if you gave me like cheat codes.
And that's like, exactly how I feel about it as well. It's like I think that's like the benefit of being a voice actor in a way. It's like nobody knows who you are, right? Which is kind of like great because it pays amazingly well. If you get into voice acting, it's so profitable, it's insane. But on the flip side, if you're hoping for any kind of like shine, like you're definitely not going to get in voice acting. That's for sure.
Compared to others, no.
Oh yeah, definitely not an anime. Also, that's considered like hella fuck. And
I think you can. It just depends on how popular the character you play is and how much of an advantage you take from that momentum. So like
Like what?
If the voice actor for Aang from Avatar: The Last Airbender, for example, decided to go on social media and like promote Avatar, talk about things, etc., and be constantly active on social media, I think that they would have a good chance at becoming more popular. I don't think they'd reach the same status like, you know, a LeBron James or like a somebody who's like notorious, but I definitely think that if you put in the effort and you actually have like a well done character or a really popular show, it's possible to reach that level. I don't think it's easy and I don't think it's common, but I definitely think it's feasible.
Yeah, the thing about voice acting is like people fall in love with the character you play, not you.
True.
At the end of the day, that's what it really comes down to. You know, it's just like we love Simba. We don't give a fuck about the person who voiced him. We'll get mad if you cast somebody else because we're like we like the original voice, but we don't actually care about the individual in question. I think voice acting is probably one of the best things you could do if you wanted to act and not be famous.
I agree, 100%.
Because my friends who did voice acting, the amount of money that these people made was crazy. Whether it's commercials or anything like that, like unbelievably profitable.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you can make six figures doing any job, then I consider it to be successful. Like, if I was playing basketball and I was making $200K a year just to play basketball, I would be okay with that. I would have no complaints.
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, forget six figures, man. The royalties that you get and like you constantly get residual income from it. That shit's crazy. It's insane how much money there is in voice acting alone. So.
Yeah.
Anytime I hear about it, I'm always like, if you can do it, I recommend it. Just give me a second, guys.
Were you going on cams or no?
I was on cams. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was like your cam freezing or if you were just putting a picture of yourself up.
Why is it doing that? Oh, I guess I must have knocked it off on one. Wasn't turning it on. Just give me a second here. Oh, it's not even turning on. All right, think. Why would it turn on? Okay, it's plugged in. Sorry, guys. Oh no, it's really not coming on. Okay, well, if it's not coming on, it was on before, but for whatever reason right now, the battery that I have in is not working. Mm-hmm.
Did you disconnect and reconnect to see if that worked, or?
Nah, the camera's not turning on. It's a different thing. Normally it always comes on, so for some reason the dummy battery that I have inside is not turning on my DSLR. Without the dummy battery, I can't.
Oh my god, this dude did hella shit.
Who's that?
Voice actor for Nishinoya, Bakugo.
Here's the
from ReZero.
Here's the thing, right? Once you do voice acting, once you're in, you're in.
Yep.
So they just hire the same people. So like, let's say you get into voice acting for video games, you get hired for a bunch of other things after that, and you constantly get more and more work. Video game voice acting is like one of the most profitable forms of voice acting because it's always in demand, and the work is pretty easy, and it's very profitable. Let's see if this is gonna work. I think this dummy battery's just broken. All right, yeah. Sorry guys, for today I'm gonna unfortunately not be on cams. I was, and then my camera just decided to go full retard. So it's just not really working. So you'll have to forgive me.
That's a sign that we're all gonna die today.
Could be. All right, let's get it popping. think we spent enough time just lazing around. Turn on the music, get it popping. All right, let me just turn on this track. How did you guys feel about last week's session? You guys enjoyed it?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I'm glad Torok's alive, and I'm also glad that we still have our potential legendary items. Which are ready to be opened, by the way.
Yes, yes they are. You just need to find a safe place.
Super glad that Torok's alive, by the way.
Oh yeah, you guys had that box, right? Okay.
Well, also, I realized something after last session. Abba made a joke about Azura saying that we should loot people, and then I think we missed like 4 dudes.
Well, what dead bodies did you guys miss?
The orc, right, and the lady, the hag.
I mean, the hag was inside of a fire pit.
True.
You could have went after it if you wanted to. I'm not gonna step in a fireball that I created just for the loot.
I already lost my weapons, so I'm good.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't loot no corpses?
There weren't any corpses to loot, Azura.
There better not have been any corpses to loot.
There weren't.
Like, is this a D&D campaign or not?
Azura's only thought is like, yo, how we get this money, baby? How we get this money? I feel like I don't care what character Azura would play or like fucking APOC would play. Be like, how we getting this money though?
You know what's funny is in one of my campaigns, I'm actually playing a character who doesn't believe in worldly values at all, and it is the hardest thing ever because my group literally will just leave things. They'll just walk away from rooms. I'm like, you're not gonna check the room for treasure? What's wrong with you people? Like, it is the hardest thing to do to just see corpses of like difficult enemies and be like, no, I'm not gonna pick up that weapon. I'm not gonna take that ring. I'm not gonna search that body for gold.
Yeah. I never loot bodies. I don't believe in looting bodies. I think with my character, he prefers to just cut them up after he's done with them.
I'm a looter. All my RPG games have taught me to.
Most people are. Most people are constantly like, so can I just... They're constantly trying to look for everything inside a monster. What about that sword? It was shining. Can I take it?
You loot a million places. You might find one thing that makes all a million worth it. That's the theory.
All right, cool. All right, let's get it popping. We're not going to be able to get this camera going, so I'm going to just give up on that. Get started with today's session. All right, we are now on session 22 or 23. I don't even know. It's been going on for a while. But we are excited for today's session. Last we left off, the party, minus Azura and Jorson, had ventured off into the woods to find the source of the corruption that was plaguing the Godwood. At the behest of some of the tree warriors that they had encountered, they decided to take on the task of ridding the woods of the corruption in exchange for the ability to restore vitality to Torok, who had previously been knocked unconscious and was on the brink of death due to inhaling in large amounts of poison gas. Upon investigating, they came upon a girl who was eating a orc's corpse. The group would try to approach her, thinking she was a wild, feral creature or human who'd lived in the wild. And as they went to go investigate the site and the source of the corruption, they were ambushed by the girl, who turned out to be some kind of monster. And so they were able to defeat her, destroy the source of the corruption, and that's where we left off from last episode. So, with the bonfire behind you, and speaking of bonfires, let me get some burning wood here. All right, because I think that'd be more appropriate. Play. All right, there you go. Okay, we all like a little bit of burning forest. As the smell of rotting corpse being burnt sits behind you. You guys make your way back towards the woods. At this point, I'm going to ask Torok, Andre, and Vita, what do you guys want to do?
Well, I think it's best to go get our companions, since we left them with the tree people. And I believe, given the atmosphere change, that the corruption has been destroyed currently. Or at least that's what it seems like.
I agree. I think that our job here is done and we should head back.
All right. So as you guys begin to make your way and you leave the site that you were at, you notice that the smell of rotting flesh and burning flesh is starting to lessen. However, as you guys make your way towards the woods, you begin to notice that the woods is rapidly changing colors, in the sense that the air that you noticed that had settled and that had no longer taken that purplish hues is now changing from color to color. And the woods around you seem to be almost bristling from left to right as leaves are blowing everywhere. There seems to be some form of a disturbance.
Can I tell what it is? Do the trees seem to be moving, or is just the colors changing?
Roll me an Arcana check.
Okey-doke. 11.
Okay. As you pay attention, what you can kind of gather is there's some form of magical disturbance. You feel some form of instability coming from things going on around you.
I think we should hasten the pace. This place is turning to be quite dangerous from what I can tell, so I think we should hoof it faster.
I agree. I want to quicken the pace.
Okay, all right. As you guys move, there's probably about the 4 to 5 hour pace you have to make in order to get back to the location that you guys were at before. The journey there seems to be arduous. The path that you guys are taking to get there seems to have shifted as the plants... You can't tell just by looking at it directly, but you feel like the trail that you've taken there has shifted. As the woods seem to be moving all around you and the colors seem to be shifting in a very sporadic tone, all of a sudden in front of you, you notice that one humanoid-like creature appears before you. And you, Torok, since you and Andre are probably going to be at the back, I imagine, you notice that two figures appear behind you as well. And as you guys fixate for a second, you realize that it's one of the warriors that you had seen and made an agreement with before. And as he pops out, he says, "The job has been done. You rid the woods of the corruption."
We sure hope so, yes. Can you tell if something changed for the better at least?
It seems the job that you have done was too good. Normally these things take time to undo, but I'm assuming you destroyed the whole site and source at the same time, is that right?
That is correct, yes.
In that case, as you have rooted it of the infection, the woods are now trying to find balance in their energy. It's going to be a large period of instability. But the job has been done. Where are you heading? And as he says that, you see Azura and Jorson kind of running up behind, a little bit out of breath as they were trying to keep up with the tree warrior within the woods.
God, I'm glad we finally caught up to you. What's going on here?
Well, we rid the place of a what seemed to be a hag and some sort of a burial ritual site. It apparently worked, maybe a bit too well, but I think we should leave the forest since, as I've heard, this forest tended to be alive and seems to be coming alive quite rapidly.
What do you mean by too well?
As he...
Yes.
Good.
So the tree warrior would interrupt at this point. He says, normally the infections are taken care of in a slow and rooted manner. However, these folks, judging by the fire that is behind them, they just set the whole site on fire, which released a tremendous amount of energy. The godwood, as if it was a living organism, is reacting. It's as if you've taken strong medicine to rid yourself of an infection. There are effects. Well, you guys are seeing this now. Since you are not denizens of the woods, we recommend you leave immediately.
You don't have to tell me twice. Just point in the direction and I'll be on my way.
Where are you heading?
Anywhere safe?
I assume Barovia?
Ah, yes, the human settlement. It would take you too long. You would have to travel through the woods for another 13 to 14 hours, and by then you would certainly be consumed. We recommend you take the southern exit. From there, make your way around the woods and towards the area. It'll take you some time, but it'll keep you out of this area while it's still unstable.
I have a favor to ask. Is there any way you can warn the other tieflings who have set up camp near the teleportation stone?
Are they your people?
They are my people, and I would not think that they are also of this forest, so they would also be at risk.
Understood. Thankfully, the mana around the area surrounding the teleportation circle is a little bit more simple and stable. We will go and ensure that they are safe. Now,
I appreciate that.
follow the star noted here and head in this direction. Within an hour, you should be out. I recommend you make haste.
Thank you.
Yes.
Yes.
We
Thank
will
you for all that you've done.
Should you ever be in the woods again, call for us. We will hear your plea.
We appreciate the help.
All right. And so much as you see them all kind of hastily move behind trees and all of a sudden disappear. Do you guys make a move?
Yeah, we head in the direction of the star.
All
Yeah, for
right.
sure.
Yep.
Or,
Okay.
I don't know about you all, but I like to live, so let's get the move on.
I'm
Yes.
used to being dead, but yeah, I get it.
As the party begins running, you guys make your way through the wooded area. You notice that the shifting of the trees and the roots seem to be happening at a far more rapid rate. You almost feel like the grass beneath you is even reacting negatively. But you guys make your way outside of the woods and just outside of the tree line. And as you make your way out there, you see in front of you a quiet-looking field, a desolate-looking plain. And behind you, the woods seem to be growing darker and darker by the second. As you guys make your way about 30 to 40 feet away, you are now outside of the reach of the godwood, as you watch as the trees take on a very ominous tone.
On the way up, would we have encountered any of the large tree-looking people?
Not that you would have noticed. You guys would have been running so fast you wouldn't be able to tell.
Okay.
Would we know the way to Barovia from here?
Yes. Considering it's just following the tree line and then heading towards the mountain range, eventually you guys would know where to go.
Well, do we return to town, or do you want to go to other places, other ventures you might have? I could help with, maybe.
Get me safe. I think the best thing we should do is go back to town, report our findings, get paid, have some ale, and then figure out what our next plan of action should be.
I agree.
It's about time you agreed to have a drink with me, Vita.
I didn't say that.
I am not sure that our welcome will be very happy, as we have failed to, in fact, complete our quests, and the kids we were supposed to rescue have died.
We're supposed to investigate. I think we did that.
Well, let's hope the townspeople agree.
All right. It's currently approximately 9 in the evening, so it's fairly late in the evening. And making your way back would take approximately 14 hours. You guys have also been fighting and moving throughout the day. So as you guys make your way back and trug along the tree line, but keeping enough distance to keep yourselves safe, you make it approximately 3 to 4 hours forward now, hitting the peak of the night. It's its darkest hour. With only the moonlight to kind of light your way, you guys notice a bonfire ahead of you. And Vito would be the first one to notice it.
Can I smell the air to see if they're cooking something?
Roll me a survival.
Okay. And
All right, hold up, Jorson. I'm gonna have to just mute you while you fix your mic. Sorry, what did you roll?
10.
A 10? As you keep your distance, you try to place your nose into the air to see if you can smell anything, but nothing, you're not able to pick up any smell. You're approximately, I would say, 300 to 400 feet away.
Okay, I stop my party and I let them know. I think there's a bonfire ahead of us.
Perfect. We can ambush the party, take their stuff, and rest well for the night. Let's go.
Some of us are slightly spent, so I'd like some caution before running into a battle. Just saying.
I agree with caution. That's why I said ambush.
Hey, let's approach them then.
Okay. All right. So you guys want to approach openly?
Not openly.
Not open.
Okay. So you guys want to stealth it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I want you guys to all roll me stealth checks.
I would also want to be like, are we like close enough to the tree line that we can actually use the trees as cover?
You can certainly try.
All right. I'm gonna use the tree line as additional cover.
So
So stealth with advantage. Yeah. It's a 25.
all right. As your party uses the agitation within the trees to mask their footsteps, you guys make your way towards the group that towards the bonfire. And as you approach probably 200 to 100 feet out, you guys start to hear noise. You hear the noises of people talking to each other and having conversation. Let's see here.
I whisper.
You, Torok, are the first to notice, but you notice that somebody is on watch, whilst other people are sitting around the bonfire. You can approximately see one person on watch and 2 people by the bonfire. That's about it. And you notice that there's 2 tents already set up.
Okay, I'll point this out to the. I'll point out the person that's on watch to the rest of the party to make sure they're aware. And is he like looking in our direction?
He's just on the lookout.
Okay. You said we're about 200 feet out.
Exactly out.
Okay.
Are they human or?
From this distance, you can just tell that they're humanoid. You can't make out exactly what they are.
Should we keep approaching slowly, trying to avoid the person on watch?
Yeah.
I doubt he sees this far.
Yes. Slowly.
Yes, let's go forward.
All right. You guys make your way forward, getting approximately 100 feet out. And then I need you guys to roll me an additional stealth check.
Can we make him make out the humanoid a little better now?
Yep, I can tell you that.
Oof.
Ooh,
That's a 5.
19.
mine's
I
an
rolled
18.
19.
Okay. All right. As you guys make your way forward, you get approximately 180 feet out as a group, with Vita in the lead as well as Torok, and then Azura and Joyce in the middle, and then I would assume you
Andre
right there.
in the rear.
Okay. And as you guys get to about that distance, all of a sudden, Torok, you're the first to notice this. But as you kind of step on a bit of a tree branch, you notice that it makes just enough noise for the sentry to kind of stare off in your direction.
I'll make a hand motion and just say, get down, and I'll drop prone.
And while trying to drop prone, Andre trips over a root and falls flat on his face. I rolled a 5, by the way, so ain't no way in hell that they didn't notice me.
Okay. As you make that noise, the person who was on the lookout kind of looks off in your direction, and then he looks over to the group. And now the chatter that you heard before has gone quiet.
Can I have the observant feed, meaning if I see a creature's mouth, I can tell when it's speaking. Can I tell what he told him and in what language? Because I need to understand the language for the feed to work.
They are speaking in common, but they're no longer speaking at all. They just stopped speaking at all. Yeah, you just saw a hand go up, and then sound completely stopped.
What? Like, can we make out their forms now?
Yeah, the two of them appear human. The third one you can't really tell.
Oof, oof. Do any of them look like the fucking orc that shot me with an arrow?
They don't have the build of an orc, no. At this point, you hear from their general vicinity, "Who is it? Come out now."
Do we fight or do we walk around?
How about we talk?
I would prefer to talk with them.
Yeah. I prefer to come out and talk.
Last chance, who is it?
They're adventurers trying to pass through. Who are you?
And as he said that, he says, "From where? And for what reason are you sneaking on us?"
To make sure that you're not dangerous, of course. There's a light in the forest at this time of night. Would anybody walk to it carelessly?
Yes, but you wouldn't come up on it either in a sneaking manner. Show yourselves. Hands in the air.
I'll stand up and hold my hands up.
All right, since
Yeah,
you're the
same.
first one to
That's
stand up. Okay, well, as you guys stand up, you guys notice that there's no longer just 3 people, but there's actually 5, as 2 more seem to have popped out of the tents with the weapons at the ready. And as they see you guys come up, do you guys all come up and go forward?
Not forward, but I stand up.
I'm gonna maintain a solid 60 feet from them.
I stand up and say, we showed ourselves. Now lower your weapons.
Not
Prove that
yet.
You're not hostile.
You're the one who came up on us.
And
So
you're
I'm
the
going
one
to
with
be...
weapons drawn. So who's at the disadvantage at this point? You see our location, and we don't even know how many of you there are. You have weapons pointed to us, and none of us are even on drawn. At any point in time now, you could attack us, and we'd be at disadvantage. So, if we're willing to accept the fact that you have proven that you are not hostile, prove it even further by putting your weapons down and allowing us to talk peacefully.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh man, here we go. That's an 11.
All right. He looks up and he says, "Generally, those who come with goodwill do not try to sneak up on you like thieves in the night. Now, we will come forward. We will not attack. But should we see any of you reach for your weapons, consider it a go. Are we clear?"
I Same applies.
All right. Well, as he kind of starts to come closer, you see that the sentry who was earlier on watch still has his arrow notched and ready to go. And as 2 to 3 people approach forward, you notice that the one in the lead is in heavily clad armor, whilst the 2 behind them are in more of a regular set of armor. And as they come closer to you guys and they get to about 60 feet, he says, "So, for what reason are you hobbling around these woods now?"
We had a quest. We just finished it. We're heading back now. We were looking for a place to camp as it got too dark for us to travel. Then we saw your light and headed over there, making sure that there was no suspicious people in our way. Of course, not assuming that you are, just being precautious.
Then you're heading to Barovia.
This is correct. Are you from there?
No, but we're on our way there.
What business do you have in Barovia? If you don't mind me asking, stranger to stranger.
We're not at liberty to discuss our work just now. What an odd party. A demon blood, a giant, a bird, and somebody with a mask on their head.
He's the cute one, if you'd like to believe it or not.
It is a pleasure to meet you. We simply didn't know if you were dangerous or not.
Who's your point of contact in Barovia?
Let me see if I have that in my notes.
I'm going to just say that Vita would know. Vita would know since she's done work for him, and she would know.
It's Khan.
Sorry?
It's Khan.
Yes.
Khan, mayor and the GM of Barovia. Guildmaster, sorry. I like to use abbreviations.
All right.
We accept the calls for him.
At that point, you notice that they start to lower the weapons. Like, come. It's better for us to speak by the fire.
Yes. I go by Azura, by the way.
Good. Pleasure to meet you. You are currently standing before the Khan's party. If you wish to join us, come. Normally, us mercenaries, we're used to seeing other mercenaries, but adventurers are fine as well.
Yes, we'll try not to take up too much of your time, of course, but a warm fire at this time of night is hard to pass up.
All right, let me just kind of load up the map over here real quick for you.
Out of game. I'm really glad that we were able to talk our way out of that.
All right, gonna load up the map for you guys. As you guys come up on the bonfire, there you go. Did I not mess it up? Here it is. There you go. As you guys come up on the bonfire, you notice that the sentry that was by the woods is still kind of staring there, watching you guys rigidly, while the other 4 are kind of going back towards their spots, not letting go of their weapons completely, but certainly not holding them in a threatening manner anymore. And as they invite you to come join them, you notice out of one of the tents coming out that there is one man who comes out. He's got a bit of a balding head, and he's still half asleep, and he says, "So, was the adventure what happened?" And the man who had been speaking to you guys earlier, he says, "It's fine. Just fellow adventurers heading to Barovia. No need for you to bother us at this time." He says, "More people? Fantastic. The name's Gadoon. What brings you lovely adventurers down this way?"
Well, we're just finishing up from a quest of our own. Going to report the news to the mayor of Barovia. The quest came from him specifically.
Ah. And where did your quest take you? Any good stories for us?
None too good, I can tell you. I wish adventurers were always full of joy, but this one was rather, Rather depressing. I'd rather not spoil the night.
Well, this group over here promised to deliver me to my location. I always like hearing good stories, so join us, and I will offer you a plate of food. Do you accept?
You will be quite welcome.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll come sit across from him.
All right. Well, then join us. And
At the same time, I want to be clear that I'm also paying attention to surroundings as well. Like, I'm not being obvious, but I'm avoiding the opportunity of getting jumped, you know?
yes, but of course. I don't know why I still do that voice, but yes, not an issue. So as you guys approach, you guys see that they're kind of already set up some kind of pot, and they're preparing some form of a stew. And everyone's kind of sat down, even though they have their weapons at the ready, kind of like on the floor beside them. Each of them have kind of taken a relaxed pose while one of the sentries still remains on watch. And then one of the guys goes back inside the tent and he says, "Wake me if need be." And the one who's been speaking to you earlier says, "The name's Wari. By all means, were you guys really in the Godwood? It seemed rather dangerous at this time."
I assure you, not only were we in it, but we can confirm that the danger is real.
Huh. Well, if you are capable adventurers, you are coming back to Boravia at the right time. By the way, what do I mean? Well, apparently some form of bounty is about to go up in Boravia. Normally they do these kind of large hunts where they go after monsters and beasts of all kinds. And it seems like the next location for this hunt is going to be stationed from Boravia, as the monsters we are going to be hunting are within the vicinity.
You don't say. I have to tell you, in all honesty, this is the first I've heard of these type of hunts.
The first you've heard. Are you not from this part of the land?
Sir, I'm a bard, and a tiefling at that. We travel far, we travel long, but we don't stay any place too often. You understand, given the discrimination felt to my people?
Yes, yes. Well, most people are not fond of the demon bloods. Sometimes with good reason, but since my mercenary work has taken me everywhere, I've learned to accept that people are fucked up wherever you go, irrespective of race.
Yes. And I will not stand here and try and deny that the demon bloods, as you call them, don't have a few bad apples in their nest, but what race doesn't?
Yes, that is true. That is true. What about the rest of you? Are none of you from this part of the world?
No, not necessarily. I spent some time in this part, but I'm not originally from here. As you
Neither
can
am I.
probably
I'm not
tell,
from
and I
home. Apologies.
And then all of a sudden you hear Gadoon kind of speak off, says, "Well, if you're not from here, by all means, we'd love to hear your story if you'd like to tell us. You see, I'm a traveling storyteller of sorts. And one thing,
I interrupt him.
I mean, I'm fairly familiar with the Lear, but on most days Yes, I'm a bard. We don't have the best reputation, so I avoid saying so, but yes." And as he says that, Gadoon strokes a few Lear chords, and he goes, "Are you one yourself? I can tell by the instrument at your side and your loud disposition."
I take out my instrument and begin to play in harmony with him.
All right.
Damn it, that's the wrong number. That was a D4, that does not count. There we go.
All right. And
That's
as
a
the bards
26 on performance.
As the bards get excited, they kind of move off to the left side and they just start playing back and forth at each other, just entranced with their own egos. They just go crazy. And the rest...
I would like to use this opportunity to also play Song of Rest, which allows everybody to like heal and become more relaxed as well.
Okay, cool. And as you play your song and it's going through that process, everyone else, I don't know what just happened. Someone just disappeared off the map. But as that's happening, oh, I see what happened. As they're playing their song, the rest of the party kind of sits by the bonfire, and one of them says, unfortunately, we don't have any bowls for you, but if you have your own equipment, you're free to grab from the pot. Since our benefactor over here is offering free food, then it's for you guys to enjoy. Shall you take some?
I take some.
Oh.
But I
And
don't eat it yet.
All right. And so as he begins eating and everyone's talking, they're having their conversation, Wari, the leader of the group, looks up to you guys and he says, by the way, you guys said you weren't from around here. So are you not familiar with the fall hunt?
Not totally, no.
We are not.
Normally the summer brings the greatest and fiercest fights at the Colosseum. But before the winter hits and the cold weather hits the deserts and the plains, the Kingdom of Tyr traditionally enjoys having great hunts all over the tablelands. Normally they pick a location every year and invite the best mercenaries in town and in the country to come down and fell the one great beast. Apparently this year's event is going to be rather special, and it's going to be the first that Boravia's ever seen.
If you don't mind me asking, I say while still strumming along on my lute, who normally sponsors these events? This seems very costly as well as promotive.
Normally it's the Kingdom of Tyr. Looking back at the party as the two are still strumming their notes, going crazy over there, he looks at you guys and he says, how long have you guys been in Boravia? Is that normally your place of operations?
We've only come here recently.
You must be very good adventurers if the mayor of the city is already asking and tasking you guys with work.
Good or lucky. Could be both.
Say something. You're the reason why we have these tasks.
And then one of them looks over to Vita and he says, are you not going to eat? You've just been staring at the food this entire time.
I am. I'm just thinking about our day. And then I take a bite. And
Wait, sorry.
it tastes good.
Are you did you say you're thinking about Friday?
I'm thinking about our day.
Oh, okay. I heard Friday. I was like, damn, you go about the party? If it tastes good, you don't have to roll. As you go in to take a bite, it tastes serviceable. It's nothing exceptional like what you would get at a restaurant, but for rations that you would traditionally eat when you're in the field, this definitely tastes a lot better than what you're used to.
Does it taste better than what Tacita used to make us?
No.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Definitely not. Tacita was a real chef.
We should have saved her. Wow.
Vita nods her head in appreciation for the food.
So, considering you guys seem to be battle-hard, and just from first glance I can tell, what brings you out to a remote city like Boravia? If you guys were looking for work, wouldn't Tyr or even some of the southern cities do better for you in terms of money-making?
I haven't made my way that far yet. I've just recently arrived in Boravia and seemed like a good place to start my journey. I mean, lay low for a bit, get some work, and then maybe move on if the opportunity shows itself. Depends.
What about the rest of you? Did you guys all come as a group, or?
We are a party, yes. We want to stay away from Tyr. They do not like certain ones of us. And I'll kind of incline my head towards Azura.
You guys used to live in Tyr. He looks at you a little bit surprised.
I slowed down my playing just to add to the conversation. No, we didn't live in Tyr. We were passing through. Our journeys happened to make us meet there. Then there was a lot of chaos that happened in the city, and it didn't seem the best place to begin our journey or begin our quest together. We all had separate. We all came from separate locations. You see, it was fate that brought us together, as least as I would like to recall.
It does not help that a Goliath had recently escaped from prison, and there are not many of us out here.
With
Yes.
our line of work, you don't really live anywhere.
Generally, the intermingling of species and races isn't that common out here. But it seems like your group has defied that.
I assure you, it took time. And a lot of near-death experiences for us to get so well acquainted.
And actual death experiences as well. They just stare off into the distance.
You know, it's funny that you brought up the prison escape. Some of the mercenaries who were heading into town actually believe that this hunt may be linked to that. This may be one of the few hunts that we do where we're actually chasing after people rather than monsters, though. According to some of the crimes these people have committed, it wouldn't be that different.
Oh my.
What were the crimes?
I think I've heard a few tales.
Crimes?
Weren't there some prisoners that started a riot?
From riots to murders to rape and pillaging. Apparently the people who are in current question are quite sought after within the city of Tyr, and so if they are truly the target of this hunt, then I'm rather excited. It makes no difference to me. Money is money.
How much money do you think this hunt is offering? I wouldn't mind being intrigued by joining this.
Yes. Generally, the hunts range anywhere from 500 to 1,000 gold, depending on the quality of the people who are being captured. But this one seems to be exceptionally good, considering the fact that the mercenary groups that are rumored to be coming down are exceptional.
Are we talking captured dead or alive? Are they looking to throw the law at them, or?
Well, I couldn't tell you. I don't actually know if that's what we're actually going to be going after, but it was just a rumor I heard.
Okay.
It would be interesting.
Yes.
We may have to stick around and see what this hunt has to offer. If you're not opposed to a little friendly competition, of course.
Not at all. There's going to be a lot of competition during the period. I imagine Barovia is going to be the most bustling it's ever been. People from Tyr, people from all over the tablelands. It will be an interesting period, that it's certain.
Where do you come from, by the way? I realized it was rude for us to not ask.
Ah, yes. From the northern region. Part of a mercenary band who's had to fight in a few wars for the city of Tyr. Normally with my job, traveling is normal, but if you're ever near Leyden, that is a small village from whence I came. Nothing of note, even more insignificant than Barovia.
Can't say I've been there, but if I do ever come by, I'll be sure to see if I can hop in and have a drink or two with you.
One of the people sitting by the bonfire finishes up their bowl, and then they kind of look up at you, Andre, and they say, "Be honest, in all my time out here in the Tablelands, I've never seen a Goliath. What brings your cold people? Yeah, so what brings your cold-drained people down to the deserts of the Tablelands?
A drunken mishap. Further, much apologies, would not like to speak on it. It is very embarrassing.
Understood.
You know, now that I think about it, I've never heard your story either, big guy. And then I sarcastically put my hand on your knee and say, if you ever want to talk, I'm here.
I think I am fine, but thank you for the offer.
Well, look, if you guys are heading to Baravia, you're welcome to make camp nearby. If we all travel together, strength in numbers never hurts.
I agree.
Thank you for your generosity.
You're quite helpful, yes.
It's not an issue. It's not an issue whatsoever. If you have any questions, by all means, let me know. I'm glad we didn't have to fight.
Same. I'd rather not lose my life to someone with such tiny armor.
Well, with that, I'll probably go take my rest. I'll have a shift coming up in a little bit, so I'll need my sleep. If you have any questions, you'll feel free to ask my associates. And then
Take care.
Gets up, and while you see Wari kind of go off to one of the tents. So what do you guys want to do?
I'm gonna sit down next to the fire, and I'm gonna pull out Moonshade and see what I can salvage from her, and see if I could maybe turn her into an Alembic of some sorts.
Okay, you'll probably have to send me a DM about that, but cool.
Yeah, sure.
All right.
No,
what
just
about
attempts?
Okay. What about the rest of you guys?
I look to the rest of our team and I say, well, I don't know about you, but I would rather not be an intrudence on another party. Let's say we head further north and set up camp there. And I look to the other members of the mercenary group and say, well, of course, let you know that our distance is going to be a little further north. That way you know that there's no other groups out here.
And then one of the individuals who's just done eating says, that's fine.
Gadun, it was a pleasure. We must do this again. Maybe ale sometime.
Leaving already? That's fine. That's fine. In that case, enjoy yourselves. I find it rather odd that you don't want to stay near us, but it is up to you.
No, it'd be good for us to try to cover more ground. We have time-sensitive tasks that we have to get to.
Time-sensitive tasks. This late of night. Traveling around this hour is rather dangerous, but it is your choice. It is always your choice.
Gadun, it's not necessarily about the task or even the distance that we need to gain. There are women in our party, and I don't see any women here. If we were to get undressed, I would feel uncomfortable with these new set of eyes upon us. Please, man, don't make us say these things as loudly as I have to.
As you say that, from across the campfire in the opposite direction of you, one of the individuals who's been rather quiet kind of leans out and says, no women. Listen, I know I'm not just out here flaunting my breasts, but please don't insult me. And she kind of leans back.
I apologize. Oh, apologies. I actually didn't see anyone over there. You hide well.
Roll me a deception check, Azura.
Oh man. What am I trying to deceive?
Roll me a deception check.
Alright, here we go. Oh my god, my dice fell off the table? That's a 17.
Okay, alright. As you say that, Gadun says, understood. Well, you guys enjoy yourselves and safe travels.
Thank you.
Until next time, fellow bard.
All right.
Thank you again for your hospitality, and I'll bow to them.
All right, and as you guys go and head up north to set up camp, you guys leave this area behind you and head off in this direction. As you guys, sorry, go ahead.
Is this about 200 feet or?
Yeah, I'll probably say it's about that. We'll just say.
Okay, perfect.
All right. As you guys begin to rest, you guys want to set up your shifts?
The first thing I would say after we're like definitely out of earshot and we've begun setting up camp, I look to Torok and I go, Torok, there's something you need to know.
Yes.
I was going to bring this up.
He's talking about us.
Oh. Mm-hmm. As in the targets of the hunt?
The prisoners who escaped, and we're the ones who have a large bounty on our heads from the kingdom of Tyr.
Okay.
And I want to make it clear that I am not included in that.
Noted.
Also, I am said Goliath.
I could tell. I could tell. One thing, the rape, burn, pillage discussion, were you part of that as well?
No. We didn't do that. We don't condone that type of toxic behavior.
Mm-hmm.
That was another prisoner who escaped, and we killed some of them. One of them.
Although, admittedly, we did help them escape and thoroughly pissed off the king and queen.
But we would have never let that person free if we knew what they were in there for. And actually, we didn't let that person free. Tabitha did, and she's dead. So I would call that retribution.
May I inquire as to the reason of your imprisonments?
Not that bad. I look around, by the way, to make sure that the party didn't follow us. Specifically that shadowy girl that has stealth.
Roll a perception check.
15.
Okay. Yeah. From what you can see, you didn't notice any kind of movement.
Not that bad. Stealing some bread? I mean, I assume you, Azura, were partly imprisoned for who you are. Given the treatment that your people have seemed to get in these lands, I don't see that as being so far-fetched.
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know why these people were imprisoned with me. All I can tell you is that based off of our actions, based off of the decisions that they've made, I know that they're at least not horrible people. The fact that they're willing to save kids makes them at least better than me.
Yes, at least I do see some sort of working towards penance. So, okay.
Yes,
Thank you for letting me know. I will keep further distance from you going forward.
I thought it would best to let you know, considering the fact that that group may also be aware, and why we were in camp with them. You should know these things. It was for the safety of the group, not for any other reason.
They are almost certainly aware of who we are.
I appreciate the heads up. Let's hope they're more ignorant than they appeared. And maybe we'll get back alive in Barovia tomorrow.
I don't think that they're that ignorant, and I don't think we should camp here. And I don't think we should return to Barovia right now.
I think we should camp here just so we can keep an eye on them.
I would disagree with that decision. Only because I feel like they may actually be stronger than us. Not the Bard. I'm definitely a better player than he is, though.
As you wish, we can keep going through the night and see where we get to, but
But Vita,
I'm not the one being hunted, so you get to take that decision.
But Vita, if we can't go to Baravia, then where do we go? There's nowhere else here. We can't go back to the Godwoods.
I think we should make our way towards the mountain. The temple.
We should go back to Baravia to at least collect our pay.
I'm saying that if we go back to Baravia, our pay will be the least of our troubles. We might not even get to see the pay.
They don't know what... Well, Vita and Torok were not a part of the escape, so they could at least collect our pay for us and find out what is going on in the city.
That is... Galahad also is not a member of this, so he could go with them.
I'm not sure splitting the party under these conditions is the best idea.
Wouldn't split. The three of you would go into town, we would wait on the outskirts of town.
Okay, as you wish.
I don't think that we should go back to town. That man was telling us that there are multiple parties coming for this hunt.
Yes, but based on what he was saying, it's just a rumor that the escapees will be hunted. So it might just be another beast. And everyone has spent so much time. I mean, I assume you spent a lot of time in Baravia up until now without any incidents, without being found.
If you can't you guys just move your cursors away from the... yeah, you're perfect.
Sure. It's up to you, but I don't think Baravia is such a dangerous place as of yet. Especially... So you do have bounties on your heads given your escape. But from what I know, mercenaries work for money or more money. And if more money is in the future, then I think they will wait until that bounty is increased given the hunt.
Turok, did you forget that we were attacked in the Godwoods earlier?
No, I'm not forgetting. Are you sure that was part of the bounty?
I'm 95% sure. Why else would he put a tracker on me? I've done nothing wrong to random orcs that I know of.
Why hasn't he killed you?
Wait, one second. Abba. Who did I sleep with? Was it an orc? Was it?
What do you mean?
The reason why I was thrown in jail for my backstory, is it possible that that person's coming after me too?
I can't tell you who's coming after you for what reason, but it's possible.
Would they have been... Okay, well, all right. Because I had the curse mark removed, so that's why they can't follow me. Remember our meeting with that deity or whatever?
Yes, I remember. But if this is as dangerous as you say it, is it really worth going in just for some pay?
No.
I do not have interest in getting gold other than to survive, and we need money to survive.
We can go into town and hopefully you will hide well enough so the plethora of mercenary agents will not find you, and I guess we will leave for another place then. Have you thought about facing the music? Trying to clear your name? Again, I'm not sure what you did. If you say it's not that bad, then...
We broke out of prison. There is no clearing your name. We're also being accused of inciting a riot, which is partially true.
What do you mean partially true? It is completely true.
we may have incited the riot, but we were told to do it by other forces. So while it's true we did it, it wasn't as if we did it because we wanted to. It was the best solution at the time.
One of the solutions would have been to just finish your time there. How long were you supposed to be in prison for?
We were imprisoned and forced to fight in a gladiatorial arena. There was no finishing our time other than death.
Okay. I can see why you incited the riot, yes. Well then, running from the law, that's kind of new for me. And when I say kinda, I mean new.
Don't I have this guy's stealth?
I will need to think about this. And I'm just gonna find a place to sit down and continue my work, I guess. As I ponder on what the fuck I just heard.
Speaking of certain things, why don't we open those boxes now?
We could. That's an option as well. Has enough time passed?
Yes.
Yeah. More than enough time has passed.
More
Okay.
than enough time.
Then I'll reach into my bag of holding and I'll pull out the box that was given to us.
Okay. All right. You pull it out. You guys want to go through the process of opening it?
Yeah.
Okay. As you open it, what you guys notice is just a rock on the inside. Doesn't look particularly special or interesting. There does seem to be some form of engraving on it, but beyond that, you can't see much else.
Okay, I pull out the rock.
All right.
Can I tell what the engraving is? If it's a language, if it's just the symbol?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. That is 24.
Okay. You recognize it as ancient Dwarvish. So this is a very old form of Dwarven language.
Well, this is definitely a really old language. Anyone here know Dwarvish? Specifically an older variant.
No, but I know magic, and as I say that, I take the. Do you mind? I take the rock from Turok, place it on the ground. I take a pearl and I take an owl feather, place it side by side towards the rock, and I begin humming a ritual, and I cast a level 4 identify.
Let me see. Shouldn't be an issue. All right. As you try to identify it, what you realize is that this is a key rune.
What? A T rune?
A key rune. It's a key rune. And this belongs to a ancient dwarven royal lineage, and it's called the Orzrov key rune. All right, and I'm going to read out what it says. But essentially, on command, the key rune transforms into a winged thrall for up to 2 hours, and it serves you grudgingly if you're not from the dwarven family, but it'll still serve you to some degree. It basically summons a creature, and the creature's friendly to you and your companions. It understands your language, and it'll listen to your commands.
A winged thrall? Is it big enough for us to ride it?
No. I would say it's no larger than maybe 4 feet, but it's not that strong.
I feel bamboozled. I look to Toraka and say, and I explain everything that I identify, so that way you guys are aware of what this is as well. Is there anything else in the box?
Nope.
No, it's just this rock.
I close the box and open it up again, hoping that another thing comes out.
That's it. There's nothing else. As you open it a second time, you look inside and realize it's even more empty than it was the first time.
Well, I assume this will help us in some manner in the future.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Shall I put it back in the box, or should I just put it in my bag?
Give it to Andre. He likes animals.
If it's a limited time, I don't think we should summon it now.
I didn't say we were going to summon it now. I was saying that since Andre is the most animal-friendly person here, he'd probably be able to handle it, since none of us are of dwarven descent.
Okay, then give it to Andre, and I'll put the box back in my bag.
Fucking cat.
No reason to throw
I'm
it
not
away.
sure if you caught it earlier, by the way, but I'm currently zonked out on a tree stump, so...
Man.
All
We
right,
shall
so what
give
do
it to him once he gets up. Let's just go to bed. Or start moving, one of the two.
you guys want to do?
Vita, it's your choice. You're the one who's most adamant about moving.
I think that we should at least move locations. We told them where we would be camping.
Agreed. Let us move farther.
Fair point.
Okay. All right. So you guys grab your stuff and you guys head. How much further you guys are going to go? You're currently about 200 feet away from them. Maybe a little bit more.
Guess we'll keep going until we can't see their light.
Okay. All right. So as you guys make way and you guys move for about 20 to 30 minutes, you look behind and you can no longer see their light. Obstructed by rocks and different forms of little trees and scrubs every here and there, they really seem to be too far to see you. What do you guys want to do once you find a decent location?
Yes, we
I'll
can
start
set
setting up
again.
camp.
Okay. Set up a camp. All right.
Oh wait, did we wake up Andre and move his ass, or did?
Nah. You guys left him back there to
Yeah,
die.
we totally left him. Yeah.
So you guys want to set up a camp? Okay, cool. As you guys start setting up a camp and you look for an advantageous position, how do you guys want to set up the watches?
I am well rested, so I can watch. I can do first watch.
Okay.
I'll do second.
I'll take
So-
last. Or third.
Okay, so Vita and him go second. I'm assuming Andre's also going to rest with you since he already seemed tired.
I mean, I'm still camping at the other people's camp already sleeping. So
Nah. They would have taken you unless you guys would have hit him up, right? Obviously.
Obviously.
Okay, good.
So let's go. Like we wouldn't just leave you there to die, bro.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Cool.
thought this was like his fucking second character to be left behind, bro.
Okay. Cool. So as you guys are setting up camp, I'm assuming it's what Azura taking the first watch. Anybody else or no?
I'll take the first watch since motherfuckers woke me up.
All right. So.
Just to clarify here, God damn it, I'm so high, I can't remember what the fuck I was gonna say. Yeah, did we create a plan for what we're doing in the morning? Did we agree that like some of us were gonna go into town, or are we going to the mountains, like Vita suggested?
You guys didn't agree. I'm assuming that's probably something you guys are going to discuss in the morning, no?
Yeah.
I would like to discuss that before we go to bed.
If you're like really adamant, I think me and Turok could go into town, even just to see what's going on. But I don't think that we should return as a group, and I think that afterwards we should go to the mountain.
Okay.
Start making our way there.
Completely agree.
Those are all acceptable terms, yes. We can collect our pay and then leave promptly.
Okay. Then we'll stay on the outskirts and wait for you all to come back and report. And if we run into that adventurer group again, please let me see if I can talk our way out of running away in the night.
Okay.
All right. So that's the plan.
Yeah.
Right.
Guess that's what we're gonna do. It's gonna be fun.
Okay. As you start to finish up wrapping up the setting up the tent, all of a sudden you start to feel rain drizzling down very lightly. Nothing too serious that it would completely ruin your setup, but it is faint. As Vita finishes setting up the tent as well as Jorson, Torok, Vita, and Jorson head inside to get some rest and some shut-eye, while Andre and Azura remain on watch. If you guys both can you roll me perception checks? Cool.
Yikes.
As Andre's a little bit tired and Azura is thinking about what to do next, what do you guys want to do in this moment?
We would just, because I'm on guard, I would actually just pay attention to the surroundings, pay attention to the back area to make sure that those people weren't following us, make sure no wild animals are coming after us as well. But I would also try and stay hidden so that way my location is not like just exposed to anybody who's trying to like look into our camp.
Yeah, no, makes sense.
I am sitting on a log in the open making an artwork. Nice.
That fall down. What is this?
It's probably you just have to flip it around, bro.
Oh, why am I here? Oh, I don't know, man. I rolled a 21 for stealth.
All right. So, as you guys are up there keeping watch, approximately 2 hours go by as the rain is slightly drizzling. All of a sudden, you're the first one to notice this, Andre. Let me just make sure. Actually, no, never mind. You're the first one to notice this, Azura. But off to the left, you can see something shining just a little bit beyond one of the rocks. And just as that happens,
Andre, look to us. Look over there. There's a light.
Huh? There is?
all right. At the top of one of the rocks nearby, you notice a cloaked figure, literally standing there. You would say maybe 80 to 70 feet above. They're not even looking at you. They're looking towards the moon itself. And as the cloaked figure is looking towards the moon, you notice it's a person standing approximately 6 feet tall. But you can't make out anything else other than the fact that there is some form of metal underneath the cloak.
Point the location of the person out to Andre, and while he's trying to put down his artwork and actually pay attention, I whisper to the rest of the group, "There's someone here."
All right. And just as you finish whispering to the rest of the group, you look back up and the individual is gone.
Nah, don't do that shit. Come on, man. We ain't got time for these Halloween movies.
Everybody starts to slowly wake up and come out.
I move in that direction. I really wish I picked up that level 4 spell. Retract creature.
Where are they at, Azura?
They were on top of the rock, but then when I looked back, they were gone. It was a person wearing a dark cloak. Looked like they had a metal object under their cloak or something. Maybe a dagger, knife, I don't know.
What were they doing?
Why was... Oh, go ahead.
Why did you wake us up? Was it a danger or what happened?
Look, man, when suspicious people show up at your camp, you don't just brush that off. I thought that we were going to be attacked. I didn't know what was going to happen. Apologies. I'll go check it out, and I'll sneak over there.
Actually, I'm gonna stop you and say, I have a better idea. Don't put yourself in danger. I'm gonna try to look for animals in the area.
Okay.
Oh, bruh. Don't we have an animal that we can summon?
I mean, do you really want to use that now already?
How many? Well,
I can literally just like fucking look for a bird and have some fucking bird seed in my hand or fucking whatever the fuck and use beast sense and do whatever the fuck to let it survey its surroundings.
So maybe I'm confused because I didn't hear that there was a charge number, so I thought that we could summon that creature as many times as we wanted.
It's for 2 hours, and I think it recharges every day.
Oh.
Yeah, so I figured it was just like a once per day thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah, because normally if an item has like a limited amount of uses, they'll say like you have 2 charges, 3 charges, or whatever.
It's every 36 hours, so every 2 days, I would say.
If we summon this creature, do we automatically have control and therefore it's willing?
It's reluctant but willing.
Exactly. So you're gonna have to roll a d20, but it shouldn't be too bad.
Alright, cool.
That's why I said you should do it, because I figured you and your love of animals would probably have better animal handling.
It's actually a construct, but yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, so what would I roll for that then?
So would you guys want to summon it?
Seems like the plan.
If you want to use your rabbits to do some investigation.
try and use nature. Let's save that for later.
Alright, sure. I'm gonna go look for animals then. It's a +8. 11. Dial.
Yeah, as you're out there looking for animals, you can hear noises and things in the brushes, but nothing that's really coming out to you or that you have made direct eye contact with.
I'm gonna get to the top of that rock, by the way, and see if I can see anything walking around in the forest.
All right, roll me in acrobatics. It's a huge rock. But considering you're a monk, let's see what you can do.
Give me a second. I think that's a +7 or +8 for me.
All right. As you see the large rock in front of you where Azura had pointed, you start nimbly moving in between both sides of the rock, using each foothold that you see on the sides to hop to the next elevation. And as you do so for about 3-4 times, you finally get up on what it seems like a flat surface on the rock. You get up to the very top, and now you have a solid view of the whole area, but you do not see the figure or any traces of the figure that Azura described. Roll me a perception check, and do so with advantage.
All right, so that's a 19.
Okay. All of a sudden, you start glancing out, looking all around you. As you're looking all around you, you do not see the figure that Azura had described. You said what did you say was your plus?
It was a 19 total.
Okay, yeah. So you're not able to locate it or see it, or see the creature that Azura described.
Okay, I'll jump back down before I say anything.
All right. Yeah, you nimbly just kind of flip off the edge of the rock and land swiftly using your monk agility.
Well, did you see anything?
What'd you say?
I said, well, did you see anything?
No. Well, there was no figure up there, and I didn't see one in the forest at all.
I know I'm not losing my mind. I know I'm not.
Have you been drinking?
Maybe it's stress?
Shut up. Shift 1 is over.
Well, should you see anything again, wake us back up. But unless you want to search the entire area, we should get rest.
I will actually search this. Just do like a lap around to make sure that there's nothing there.
Okay, cool. So
I'll help too.
Stealthily. No, I'll do it myself. I don't need you guys stepping on tree branches.
Okay.
I sneak off into do a lap, so let me just go ahead and roll my stealth first. Oh, stop playing with me. 27.
Okay, cool. All right. Can you roll it again?
Perception.
Cool. All right. So what are the rest of you guys doing?
Going back to bed.
I'll wait for him to come back, but first.
All right. So Torak goes off to bed. Vita?
I'm going back to bed.
All right. So Vita and Torak go back to bed while Jorson waits up, as well as Andre. Azura, you start to make your way around looking for something. Roll me a perception check. How much?
16.
Okay. So as you move around, Azura, you hear bristles within some of the bushes. You see it actually, you hear it actually from one of the bushes behind you.
I hear what? I hear like a noise moving behind me?
Yeah, from one of the bushes behind you.
I act like I didn't hear it and then quickly turn around, toss an incense into the air around this bush, and then cast... What the fuck is that spell called? Oh no, I don't. I don't have it. Jesus Lord, what's wrong with me? I do not cast it.
Okay, so you throw incense and realize that you don't have this spell prepared, so what do you do in this moment? Well, just as you throw the incense and you start to realize that your spells aren't really organized, all of a sudden a rabbit jumps out of one of the bushes and moves off in the distance.
It was nothing. I head over to pick up the incense and then head back into camp. Well, if there's anything there, I didn't see any. And then I just go back in and resume guard.
All right.
Well, wake us if you see anything else.
All right, so Jorson goes to rest, and then the rest of the watch goes by, and even though Zura's very keenly looking around, curious to see something happen, nothing seems to be shifting. It seems to be fairly peaceful and quiet. And as the first shift ends, Azura and Andre switch spots with Vita, Torok, and Jorson.
Meanwhile, I will be right back.
I'm going to say that Torok is in need of extra rest considering what Torok has been through. So Torok won't be joining the second watch, actually. It'll just be Jorson and Vita.
I can agree with that.
Okay. All right. So Jorson and Vita, roll me perception checks.
That's a D4.
Yeah, that was my bad. Starting the wrong side. 18.
Okay. All right.
11.
As you guys are peering out and looking out, you don't hear much other than a few bristles here and there, which you attribute to probably just being animals. And as you hear Andre snoring and the night kind of going by, what do you guys say to each other, if anything?
Or I just remain pretty implacable.
I'm just watching the area.
All right. Okay, as you guys are kind of sitting there just going through the watch and just looking out, approximately 30 minutes go by while nothing seems to be going on. Jorson, while you look over to your right and see Vita looking off into the distance, all of a sudden an arrow comes flying towards you. What's your AC?
18.
Okay, 19. So 19 hits. And at this point, I'm going to have everyone roll initiative because it seems like you guys are being ambushed.
Can I try and deflect that?
You certainly can.
Heck yeah. Give me 1 second.
Mm, 24.
You want to try to deflect it?
Yeah, I'm rolling for it right now. So that would be a 21. So it negates 21 damage.
Yep, you fully negate it. Do you want to try throwing it back?
Goddamn right.
Okay, all right. And roll with disadvantage. Since you don't know where it's coming from. Okay, all right. As you are kind of staring off at Vita, all of a sudden you can feel that your astral arms are all very agitated. And just as an arrow is about to hit you in behind, one of your arms comes and catches it, and you grab the momentum of the thing and you swing it back in the direction where it came from. But as you look off into the dark, you cannot see the enemy whatsoever. And at this point, we are going to do the whole initiative tracker. So if everyone rolled initiative, could you guys tell me the order real quick?
I am last. I'm gonna go pee.
Hold up.
I think I'm first. I rolled a 24.
I still need to roll is a 19.
Oh, wow. You guys got some high rolls. This is crazy.
So it's Vito with 24, then it's me with 21. On 19.
Okay. So hold up. So Vito with 24, then Andre, and then
it's Torok with 21, then Andre with 19.
all right, and then Jorson.
I rolled an 8.
Jorson rolled an 8. Let's see what these guys rolled. All right. So they also have an 8. But you got higher dex. Okay, so Vita and Jorson, you guys are going to get a turn. Torok, Andre, and Azura will not for this turn. As all of a sudden you see an arrow come at you, you notice a warrior with a bow right by the rock. And I'm going to drop his model in a second. Sorry.
My feral instinct states that I can act normally on my first turn, even while being surprised if I'm not incapacitated. So do I get a normal turn or not?
You're incapacitated because you're asleep.
True.
I think that would qualify as incapacitated.
Yeah.
I think that's the definition of incapacitated. And there you guys have it. We are going to start. So top of the turn, Jordan, you only happen to see one person. And they are approximately, I would say, I'm going to say they're about 60 to 70 feet. I'm going to say that the squares at the moment are 10 feet each, since they're large squares. And you guys are pretty small.
All right. I will shout to everybody, "Wake up! We're under attack!" And then I'm gonna have to spend both my actions to move up to him, but I'll get up to him.
You can use your main action. I'm gonna say your bonus action was used to yell. You get a main action only. So what do you want to do?
I'll just start closing the distance then.
Okay. All right. So how close do you want to get?
My movement's 45. So I'll make my full movement and just get me near that fence.
All right. So that's your full movement right here. You're approximately still like 5 feet away from the fence.
Okay, no worries. That's perfect.
All right. And now you can see the enemy. Roll me a perception check. Okay, all right. And the enemy, you see his bow, and you realize that it's the guy from before, one of the guys who was on watch. And that's all you're able to gather at the moment. And that will end your turn. You know this, and only you know this because you can see him. And then we go to... Sorry, Vita. Vita, it's your turn, actually.
So this is the night. I wanted to ask what our visibility is like.
There's still moonlight, so you can still see pretty clearly.
So I can clearly see him.
Yeah, it was raining earlier, but the clouds cleared up.
Right, I'm gonna cast Hunter's Mark on him, and then I'm going to do 2 arrows out.
All right, fire them. Make sure. Let's see here. Okay. All right, Vita, being rattled by what just happened and the fact that you guys are now in combat, you still being slightly tired. You fire 2 arrows in the direction, but the bush in front of you kind of obstructs you, and the arrows go whizzing off the rocks and miss their mark. But now you have marked your target.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right. And now we go to... All 3 of you are now just waking up and grabbing your equipment, and you're going to probably rush out of the tent on the next turn. So we go to the enemy's turn. Let me just set this up, because I did not plan all of this. Okay. And with that, the enemy, Vita, actually ends up doing the exact same thing to you and casts Hunter's Mark on you. And then it fires off 2 bolts at you. What's your dex? What's your AC?
17.
Double 2. As it fires off 2 bolts, the bush that was obstructing you is also obstructing it. And then the 2 bolts go flying, whizzing right through the tent, cutting deep holes into them. And as he does so, he runs behind this corner over here. But just as that happens, you, Galahad, see this guy running up to you, and he gets to about 5 feet away from you. At the same time...
You said Galahad, but you meant Jorson.
Jorson, yes. Noble characters, you know what I mean? 2 guys pop up from behind this rock. And they fire both a crossbolt each at you, Jorson.
Let's get it.
22. So one of them hits.
All right, I'm going to try and deflect that one.
All right, go for it. as he fires off the arrow. That's a 10. Okay, yep. So you're able to catch it. Do you want to try throwing it back?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, roll to hit. Add your dex modifier. That definitely hits. Roll a d10. And then add a plus, add your dex modifier, so that probably, whatever your dex modifier is.
So 9 damage.
All right, as two bolts come whizzing out of you, you dodge the first one, and as you feel the second one coming, your astral arm catches it, and then you use your momentum to flip it right around, catching one of the hunters right in the chest. And as you do so, she kind of whirls backwards, doing 10 hit points of damage.
Yeah, nice.
Let me just make sure. Oh, yeah, okay. And then they use their bone. Actually, no, they can't. Too far away. And that ends their turn. But then this guy comes out from the corner. And this is where things are going to get interesting. Yes. Make me a charisma save. As he claps his hands, he starts counting an incantation. Jorson, I need you to make me a charisma wisdom save. A charisma save.
All right. That would be a 10.
Okay. Jorson, as you just finished casting the move and you hit one of the people in the chest, you see the mage already casting his spell. And just as he finishes the incantation, you disappear. And you are currently gone for now. And as that happens, you hear you hear a scream. Lay down your arms and surrender. And that ends their turn. And now we go top of the turn with you, Vita. Vita, you just watched Jorson disappear from the bushes.
My fucking god. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 more arrows at this person directly in front.
Which one? The one with the shield?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Roll to hit. They both hit. They both hit. Roll damage. So like that's roll 2d6 plus 3d8. Okay, all right, that's a lot. And then roll 2d6. All right, give me the total. 22 plus what? Like an extra 12?
No, I think wait.
So you add your modifier to 2 of the d8s. So what's your modifier? Is it plus 5 or plus 6?
Yeah, plus 12.
That's 24 plus 5. That's 29. All right. As you fire off 2 arrows, this time they hit their mark, catching the person who was just yelling right in between the plates, the spaces in the plate. And as they catch them right there, you do 29 hit points of damage. As he kind of reels backwards from that. Okay.
Okay, and then I need to find somewhere to go because I feel like they're going to come for me. So I'm going to move 40.
Are you going to move into the bushes over here towards this guys? The enemies over here?
Oh, shit, nope. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, so where do you want to go? You can move backwards if you want.
I don't know what we're going to do. Fucking Jorson is gone. Galahad is gone. I'm going to stay where I am.
Okay, all right. And now the rest of the party's awake. So Torok, you hearing the commotion, you have an idea that some kind of fight is out. As you come out, you see the scene in front of you, and you have a very clear sight of what's going on.
Hey, did I hear the lay down your weapons part?
Yes, you would have heard the scream.
Okay. I assume I didn't get a long rest sleeping through 1.5 watches.
No, you would have. No, you wouldn't have. Actually, no, you would have had a short rest at the very least. So if you want to add some hit point dice, you can do that.
I will, yes.
Cool. So do that with your hit dice, however many you want.
Yeah, I'll use half my hit dice.
Cool.
I'll just roll 48s just to see how many hit points I get back, as I am hurting.
Yeah, no worries.
It's not bad. 17 hit points. And I will... Well, I guess I'll just pull out my crossbow.
Okay.
I don't have my sword anymore. And I'll let a bolt out to the warrior I see in front of me, the guy with the shield.
Roll to hit.
Nope.
All right, as you fire off the arrow, he raises his shield this time after taking 2 bolts from Vita. He's very much ready this time, and he catches both of it, and the bolt just bounces off the shield.
Okay, I will move my way back my 30 feet over here.
Okay, all
and
right.
That's my turn.
All right, and then we go to the next person, which is Andre. Andre, what do you want to do?
What's visibility like? Can I see these guys?
Yeah, you
at
can
this
see.
second?
Yeah, you can see. There's moonlight, so you're good.
Bum, bum, bum. I'm gonna move up 40 feet and hold my action to dodge. And that'll be it.
Okay, all right. As you run up to the front with your shield intact, you go to dodge. And now we go to the next person, which is... Oh, Jorson's still gone. So then we go to the enemy. The enemy, seeing Andre's tall figure come up and his shield at the ready, this guy goes right into the front and then swings wildly twice at him with disadvantage. He's still able to hit on the second attack, and as he swings his long sword...
Oof, longsword, eh?
He's able to do 9 points of damage as he comes down, barreling on you, and he says, "Surrender! This is futile!"
Is this all you can muster, weakling?
All right. And then as he does so, he puts away his longsword and he pulls out his spear, and he holds his shield at the ready. And that's it for his turn. Afterwards, these two, seeing you run up to their leader, run up to you, and they fire off 2 crossbolts at you, Andre. And as they fire... Oh, so that's a 19-4. Miss on both. Miss on both. So as they fire off the 2, you grab your shield and you're able to put it off in their direction as they're both coming from the same spot. And as you do so, you block both of the bolts. But one of them casts some kind of blood curse on you, and now you feel like there's invisible strings just holding you in place.
Oh, Lord.
And lastly, the mage who was in the back, he comes forward and he starts casting his spell. And he casts I'm not going to do that. He's going to cast Magic Missile on you, Vita, at 3rd level. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you see his hands clasp together, 5 bolts just come piercing right at you, doing 12 hit points of damage, 12 hit points of force damage as they propel you backwards a few feet. And then the mage moves back about 10.
Did we heal anything the couple of hours we rested?
You would have had a full rest as well as...
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, as well. I'm gonna say that you would have healed. Yeah. If you were on the first shift, if you rested the first shift, then yeah, you would have healed. Same with Jorson. All right, and so now we go to your turn. It's your turn, Azura. What do you do?
I see the opponent, and then I quickly cast Spatter here, where my arrow is, and that should be wide enough to hit all 3 of them.
All right, let's roll a con save.
Yep,
One,
con
two.
save of 16.
Let's see here.
Oh my god.
Okay, so two of them fail. So the two hunters over here fail. So they both get hit full, while the warrior over here, he seems to succeed. So he only takes half. And as the lightning crackles, there's a loud noise that appears, and they get hit. All right.
And then for my bonus action, I will cast Mantle of Inspiration on the party.
Okay.
And then move back here.
All right. So everyone, if you want, you can use your reaction right now to move.
Don't forget about, is that the one that gives temp HP too?
Yo.
All right. Everyone add that temp HP.
How much?
8.
All right. And then we go to the top of the table, which is Vita, it's you. What do you want to do, Vita?
I'm going to do 2 more arrows at the person with the shield that I hit previously.
Okay. All right. Roll to hit. They both hit. Roll for damage.
And do my Colosso, and then my Hunter's Mark too.
Yeah, roll to.
No, it's only 1d6.
No, it's 2, isn't it?
No, for the Hunter's Mark, it's only 1d6.
Okay. Isn't it for 1d6 for each attack?
I don't see why that would. It's no.
Okay. All right. Roll. Tell me what the damage is.
Okay.
It's on every attack. You
Yeah,
deal
it's
an extra d6 to the target whenever you hit it with a weapon attack.
Yeah. So roll
okay.
roll a d6. Okay, cool.
14 plus 8, 22 plus 12. Oh my goodness. I think that is 34.
Okay, all right. As you fire off 2 arrows, as he's focused on Andre, trying to swing wildly to hit Andre, you class him once again 2 times right into spots in between the openings, and now he's enraged because you've really hurt him. And you did another how much?
34.
Okay, wow. And he kind of staggers a little bit. All right. And is there anything else you want to do?
No.
Wait, Hunter's Mark wasn't on him; it was on the other guy.
Okay, so then my last 2, that would be the 3 minus 7.
And it's okay. We'll leave it. I'll just say that you also cast Hunter's Mark on him, so we'll just leave it as that. But yeah, Hunter's Mark is only for 1 target, so make sure you just change it to whoever you want to put it on. Okay. Mm-hmm. All right, and that ends your turn. We go to the next person, Torok.
Alright. I saw the magic man, the magician.
Yes, you would have
Yes.
seen him. You would have seen
Okay,
him.
I'm gonna use 10 feet of my movement to peek out just to have line of sight on him. And I'm gonna attack him with my crossbow at disadvantage because my range.
All right. Yeah.
I believe in you, bro.
That hits.
I believe in you, bro.
Okay, that's... He takes 5 points of damage. Piercing.
All right. As the arrow flies through the sky, you could barely see him with your small crossbow, but then as you catch a glimpse of him, you fire off the bolt, and it hits him right in the chest. And as he tries to maintain his focus, he's barely able to do it, but he maintains concentration. Is there anything else you want to do?
Oh yeah, lose the other 10 feet to go back into cover behind the tent. And
Okay.
that's it.
All right. And then we go to the next person. Andre.
First off, I will enrage.
Okay.
Ooh. I will use inflict wounds.
Okay. Roll to hit.
Come on. My God, that's a 6.
All right, as you clasp your hands together and try to cast a spell, you go swinging to try to catch him with the touch, but he's able to use his shield to nimbly move away from that and stay just out of range of your wound. What do you want to do now?
I might have missed now, but I will make you regret. I will make you regret picking a fight with us in the end.
Okay, all right.
Ooh.
All right, and now it's the enemy's turn. Immediately, the guy being enraged by what you just tried to do, he's going to try to shield bash you first. So let's just see if that hits. What's your AC?
18.
He just hits. Yeah. And you need to make a strength saving throw.
Okay. Where's my die? It's a +7. It's a 19.
All right, you're able to make it and able to keep your posture. As the shield comes, it's still able to stunt you as you catch the shield in the chest, but you're able to maintain your balance. And afterwards, he swings twice with his spear, trying to catch you off balance. And he hits both times. And now he says, you're going to feel this one.
Am I though?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. That's a total of +4. That's 16. As he swings twice, he's able to pierce you with his spear and maintain his range, doing 16 points of piercing damage, and he did 6 points of bludgeoning damage with the shield bash for a total of 22.
All right, I'm gonna Stone's Endurance that one. Ooh, Alpha, let's go. 15.
All right, so just remove that damage.
Is that 24, right?
22. Oh,
7.
All right, now the blood hunter, the two hunters come into range, and they're both going to swing at you twice with their long swords. And since you've taken damage and they can smell the blood off of you, they're rolling with advantage.
My fucking God. Why are these motherfuckers ganking me, bruh?
Aren't you raging too? Don't you take half damage?
Yeah, he takes half.
True.
So one of them hits with one of his attacks. Let's see what the other one does.
That did not change anything to my temp HP.
And the second one hits as well. Oops. Let me just roll. And as they go swinging at you, you feel two swords collapse into you and cut you on your sides, doing a total of 12 damage of slicing. As you're able to fend off most of the damage, but they're still able to cut you around your rib area.
So 6 damage.
And now this magician in the back over here, seeing the situation unfold, clasps his hands together, and he is going to cast a different spell this time around. He's going to hold the spell. And then now this guy with the arrows, he comes back around. And seeing the situation improving, he fires 2 arrows at you, Andre, since you're the closest person you can see after turning the corner.
I don't know how you want to run it, but usually holding a spell implies that you concentrate on it, so any other concentration spell drops.
It's a specific type. It wouldn't hold. It wouldn't.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You'll see.
All right.
And that's one of them hits, doing a total of 8 hit points of damage as the arrow pierces you right in your shoulder. But you seem very resistant, as your giant build seems to be resistant to the damage. And now it goes to the next person, which is Azura.
to the rest of the party and I say, we have to move up. We can't leave Andre alone. And then I move 2 spaces up. And at this point in time, I would cast Dissonant Whispers on the Wadi, the warrior.
All right. Roll, what is it?
Wisdom save.
16, you said, the wisdom save?
Yeah.
He fails. Roll for damage.
Let's go, baby. As if... Watch these be whack-ass rolls. Watch this.
All right. So, just as that happens, a bunch of psychic energies kind of emanated, and all of a sudden, the man who's been yelling at you guys to surrender, he starts to hear voices that convince him that this is a terrible idea and that he's messed with the wrong people. And as he does so, he starts to cower away. And just as that happens, Andre, you get an opportunity of attack.
Say less. Come on.
And as you go to swing, the arrow that's been notching your shoulder kind of makes you twitch, and it's just long enough to make you miss your mark. And what do you want to do, El Cesura?
With my remaining 5 feet, I move off to the bushes, and then beforehand, I say to Andre, come on, big guy. I know you can do better than this. It's life or death right now. And give him bardic inspiration.
All right. Then we go top of the turn. Vita, what do you want to do?
I'm going to move up 1, 2, 3, 4, and then target this hunter.
All right, number 1. All right.
Oh, wait, do I have a clear shot to the one with the shield that I've been hitting?
You can hit him. You can hit the mage. You can hit whoever you want.
I'm gonna go for the shield person that I was hitting again.
All right. Roll to hit.
Um, 19 and 13.
19 hits. Roll for damage.
Okay. Oh, yeah. Okay, that is 16.
All right. As you fire off the arrow, one of them goes whizzing right over his head, but the second one catches him square in the back, doing a total of 16 damage as it lodges deep within him. God damn, y'all doing damage.
It's my turn.
All right. And then we go to your turn, Turok. Turok, what do you want to do?
I hate Magic Man, so I'm gonna use my 30 feet to unfortunately get into the open. My bonus action will be to cast Healing Word on Andre.
Okay.
And he gets...
All right, and roll to hit.
He gets 7 points of damage of healing, Andre. And I'm gonna crossbow Magic Man.
All right, with disadvantage?
No, I am within 80 feet, so it's just a normal attack.
All right, roll to hit.
Hey, Puck, can you check
Nope.
DMs?
It's 10.
Yeah, as you fire off the arrow, it whizzes right past his head, just missing him and landing in one of the trees right behind him.
That's my turn. Can't do anything else.
All right. And as that turn ends, Andre, it's your turn.
Alrighty. What it do right now? I'm gonna Shield Master Shove the dude that's got the pistol model.
All right, roll.
With
Roll.
Bardic Inspiration.
Roll.
And I
Roll.
also have advantage on that.
You have advantage on Shield Master Shove.
On anything pushing
Okay.
and breaking shit. So that is a hold up. I lost my shit. That's 1721.
You rolled a 21. Let me see what these guys got. They beat you. 24.
Damn it.
As you go to grab your shield and rush it right into him, even though he's a small frame, his build is actually very strong, and he's able to resist you trying to stagger him.
In that case, I will spread out my attack on both of them.
Okay, all right. So roll to hit.
The first die is on the cross and handgun one, and neither of them hit.
Neither of them hit. As you start swinging wildly, that bolt that was lodged in your shoulder seems to be really giving you a lot of discomfort as you're not able to reach your mark and hit the people in front of you. Is there anything else?
No, there isn't.
All right. Now that it's the enemy's turn, the enemies say, "This is your last chance. Surrender. One more act of hostility and we'll kill you all." And as he does so, he starts to run back into range and comes swinging at you, Andre. All right, that's 2 hits with his spear, and he's also going to try to see if he can hit you with his shield. But the shield, as he tries to shove you, your shield clashes with his, and you guys are able to bounce off each other. But as you're trying to get some distance, all of a sudden you feel a lengthy stick just come jab right at you. Before you can catch yourself, you take a total of... Fuck, why do I keep doing that? 3, 7... You take a total of 22 hit points as he catches you deep within your ribs, and you really felt that one. And that's 22 hit points of piercing. And these 2 hunters, they go slashing at you once again. Seeing that you're bleeding a lot, they can feel your energy being zapped. And they say, "Take down the big one!" That's 1 hit. And that's 2 hits for him. And as he swings with the long sword and you grab your shield and you pull it up towards you. Oh, wow. You take a total of 32 hit points of slashing damage as now you're really staggered and really feeling it. And the magician that's back here, says, "This is your last chance." And he drops his concentration. Jorson, you pop up right where you were before.
Awesome.
And he holds in his hand something very dear as he waits to see what you guys do. All right, and this goes to the next person, which is you, Azura. Azura, what do you want to do?
Yeah. So did you see the message I asked you in chat?
I didn't see anything.
So would I have had time to change spells when I had gone into the tent? Because I was doing that, but I...
Sure, I'll allow it.
Okay, I thank you. All right, so seeing this happen, I gather incense sticks into my hand and throw it into the fray, and then cast Hypnotic Pattern, which is a wisdom saving throw of 16 for these 3 gentlemen.
All right.
I don't need to pass that, do I?
I don't think so. I think it's just enemies.
It's everyone.
Nope, it's you 2.
Oh my god.
All right, so one of the guys is able to resist it. The other 2 fall victim to it.
Okay.
Please,
So they are charmed for the duration. They are incapacitated and have a speed of 0.
When you say they're incapacitated, what is it? Like they fall to the floor, or they stop fighting?
It just says incapacitated. I assume it means that they just stop fighting.
All right, let me see. Okay, all right, works out. All right, so these 2, cool.
Do I succeed with the 16 save throw?
We succeed with a 16 save.
Nice.
All right.
For my bonus action, I would actually cast Healing Words on Andre. Can that only be a level 1 healing word, or can I use other levels?
It's whatever you want.
I will cast a level 2 healing word on Andre. So Andre,
All right.
I'll heal.
All right, and next up, top of the turn, we go with you, Vito. Vito, what are you going to
do? Okay.
9 HP, Andre.
Okay, cool.
Oh, I also wanted to ask, I forgot to add it earlier, Zara, how much was the temp HP for the inspiration?
It was 8.
Okay, thank you. I'm just gonna do 2, wait, where's the guy that I cast Hunter's Mark on?
Right here. He's incapacitated at the moment.
He's incapacitated?
Yep.
Yeah, Hunter 3 is not, and the mage is not either.
Okay, I'm gonna take Hunter's Mark off him, put it on the mage, and then I'm going to shoot 2 arrows at the mage.
All right, fire, shoot to hit.
16 and 16.
They both hit.
Okay.
Kill that bitch.
Okay. $25 and 8. That is 32.
Okay. All right.
Jesus. So today we ain't gonna get clapped.
Okay. All right. Is there anything else?
No, that's all.
Okay, so seeing that you guys raised the hostility, they weren't able to detect the hypnotic pattern because that was a very subtle spell. But the 2 arrows flying towards the magician in the back really caught him. At this point, he pulls out a diamond, claps it in his hands, and disintegrates it. And then he fires off a level 4 fireball, hitting Vita, Torok, Azura, and you, Andre. I need you guys all to make dex saving throws.
Bye.
So the fireball.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, important question. Can I see the fireball coming?
Yeah.
Alright, advantage. Let's go.
I rolled an 18.
I think I'm good.
I rolled an 18.
Andre fails. All right. So that's 96. So take half. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right, so full damage for Andre, half for everyone else. Oh my God. So 39 for Andre, and then half for everyone else.
That still helped because of my rage, though, right?
Yeah, well, you get halved, exactly, yeah.
Okay.
I took a quarter because I passed and I have fire resistance.
Okay, all right, then deduct that damage. And as the fire emits, the mage who's badly wounded in the back says, "Surrender, this is your last chance." And he scampers a little bit, about like 10 feet backwards. And then at this point, these guys roll 2 wisdom saves, I'm assuming, for hypnotic pattern?
No. So hypnotic pattern is a concentration spell, which I passed. They are incapacitated until the spell ends.
Okay. So there's no save at the end of their turn, you sure?
I'm positive.
Okay, all right. So they remain incapacitated. This hunter over here swings at Andre twice with advantage. Oh, definitely hits.
Ooh, yeah. You hate to see it.
For a total of 18 slashing damage. You can have that. And then this hunter casts a mark on Andre's back and then fires off 2 arrows.
This is fine.
And that's 2 hits. Doing a total of 19 damage. And that is it for their turn. They currently don't know what's going on with their guys or why they're in this state, but that's what they got. All right, and then we go your turn. Azur, what are you going to do?
Am I able to act?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. It's my turn. I didn't even realize that shit. Jesus Christ. I will move this way. I'll just stay here and move a little bit up. And for my bonus action, I am going to look at Vita and give her a bardic inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
May your aim be true, just like I have my eye on you. I gotta say cheesy shit when I give people bardic inspiration.
All right. Okay. Is there anything else?
That's it.
Top of the turn, Vita. What do you want to do?
Wait, hold on. You skipped my turn.
Oh, sorry. Wait, when do you go?
I technically go before Azura.
No, you go before the enemy, but the enemy just released their turn. So you go. So it was the enemy. They released the spell, and at
that was the turn previously.
Oh, my apologies. Yeah, no, they released it after Vita attacked him. So you know what? Yeah, go ahead. What do you want to do, Jorson?
I am gonna move up to. So if I move around to the back to try and get to this mage, will I get opportunity attacks from both of those guys?
Just one of them.
All right, yeah, I'll do that. I want to get around to the mage.
Okay, all right. Let me just see right here real quick, just to be clear.
Man, you might as well move, clap that motherfucker, and move again.
So two things have to happen. First, you have to make a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Do that for me.
Yeah.
You have to beat 14.
That would be a 13.
13? All right. Just as you are about to move around him, he swings at you and you're able to nimbly dodge underneath the sword. But just as he does that, you see these binds come out of his left wrist and they grab you and they pull you in place and you no longer have any movement. So you are stuck right there.
Okay. That's fine. I'm going to use I'm going to activate Arms of the Astral Self.
Okay.
So there's going to be an explosion of force damage.
All right.
DC 14 save.
Okay. Uh, 20.
Yeah, he makes it.
Roll to hit.
All right, word.
Start slapping this man.
Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah, so that last one would be a 19.
Well, 19 hits.
All right.
As your arms just come protruding out of you and they see these like almost mirage-like arms, they all start swinging. He's able to dodge a few of them, but the last one catches him square in the face.
Oh, sorry, I only meant to roll one.
All right, we'll take this one. The one, that's the one.
All right, that's 5 damage.
All right. And so as it catches him, it kind of staggers him and he starts to bleed out of his nose a little bit. And is there anything else?
No, I can't do anything else. That's it.
All right, Vita, it's your turn.
Okay, 2 more arrows at the mage.
All right. As you do so, he uses his reaction and casts level 3 shield, feeling that his life is in danger. Mm-hmm. And the 2 arrows...
Only 1 hits.
+5. Yes, that hits. Roll for damage.
$21.
All right, as you fire off the arrow, his shield comes up and it parries one of the shots. But as the second one does, it catches him right in the chest, sends him flying, and he is out.
Oh, he's dead?
All I said is that he's out.
Oh, okay. It's my turn.
All right. And then Torak, it's your turn.
Seeing these happening, I will shift my focus to Hunter 3 and I'll let loose a crossbow bolt in his direction.
Okay, all right. Fire. That hits. Roll for damage.
And it's just a max die on the second, right? We
Exactly.
roll twice.
Exactly. Yeah, that's a critical hit. So when you roll your first one, then max out the second die.
That's 17 points of damage.
All right. As he's caught up in combat, as she's caught up with combat with Jorson, you catch her by surprise, casting her right in the chest. And as blood comes protruding out her mouth, she realizes that a bolt has just pierced her from behind.
And as my bonus action, I'm going to shout survive at Andre and cast Healing Word at level 1, and he heals 7 points.
All right.
And as my movement, I will back the fuck up again behind cover.
All right, Andre, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna wait. Is summoning the thrall a bonus action or an action?
It's an action.
Okay, I'm gonna shield master shove this guy over here.
Sure. Let's do strength.
Come on.
Good luck. That's a fail.
God.
As you come up behind him and try to strike him, the blood protruding from out of him almost seems to protect the hunter, and he's able to resist your shove.
And then with my action, I summon the thrall. And to finish my turn off, I will say, I am pissing on your graves when I am done with you.
Okay, all right.
Thanks.
And now it's the enemy's turn. This hunter over here, sensing the magic and where it came from, he's able to move up here, and he's going to fire 2 shots at the wounded Azura. And because he can sense the blood coming from her, it's 2 shots with advantage.
I ain't got no blood on me.
Yeah, you got hurt by the fireball.
So 1 damage.
But that's still blood. As soon as you take damage, you're bleeding. That's how it works.
At best.
If you would have said you had no damage, that would have been different. That's 2 hits, because I'm assuming 19 hits. So roll me concentration saves, and you take a total of... Oof, okay, good. 4, 10, 12, 22 damage.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, that bitch is lucky I'm not in range. Okay.
You got to roll it twice. All right.
So the first one was an 11, so that passes.
Yeah.
Wait, how much was the first damage?
The total damage was 21. The 2 arrows.
That's
All right,
a fail.
that's a fail. And so just as that happens, the spell wears off, and the 2 come back and catch each other. I'm going to say it's simultaneous, so I'm not going to give him a turn. Well, how does it work? If it breaks, do they come off at the end of their turn?
It doesn't say. It just says... What's the terminology that they're using here?
All right, I'm going to just roll d20s. All right, one of them gets to go, which is the warrior. This one's still very dazed from the spell. The warrior kind of catching himself, and then the blood all covering him, him being wounded. He sees what's happening around him. He moves over here right behind Andre, and then he slices him twice. First, he goes in for a shield shove. In a daze, and he misses completely. But then he swings with his spear twice. And that's 2 hits. And as the spear catches on the wounded Andre, he does a total of 21 hit points of damage. And he looks off and he says, "You haven't surrendered. Fire another one." And that ends his turn. This hunter, keeping his focus attention on Andre, said, "Take down the big one. He won't die." That's 2 hits. Yo, Andre got to have a huge hit point pool. I swear to God. And that's another 18 hit points of damage. Is Andre still alive?
I'm barely alive. I have 2 HP.
Oh, that's crazy, bro. All right. And they've been swinging and hacking at you forever. And that ends their turn. And we go next up to you, Azura.
Jesus. Well, I will move in a little bit, seeing that Andre is gravely in danger. I will use this opportunity to cast a level 1 Bane on the 3 enemies here, so they have to make a charisma saving throw of 16.
So the 2 hunters, they're going to roll first. One of them fails, one of them succeeds. So the 3 succeeds, 1 fails.
What about Worry?
Oh yeah, let him roll right now. He fails as well.
All right. So, ones that failed have a defect on them, so whenever they actually make a saving throw or an attack roll, they have to roll a d4 and subtract that roll from their attack.
Okay, cool.
I will use my bonus action to cast a level 3 healing words on Andre.
So just a quick question. When you cast healing word, you can't cast another spell, right? If you cast a spell as a bonus action, you can't cast another spell. So you can't do that.
You can't cast 2 spell slots in 1 turn.
Yeah. So you can do an attack and then cast healing word, but you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn.
It says that I can cast healing word as a bonus action.
Yeah,
but you cannot cast 2 spells that use spell slots in the same turn. They would be overpowered. I'd cast 2 fireballs.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't. I know because I looked up the rules and that was one of them. I always thought that was weird because whenever I play games, you can't cast 2 spells in the same turn.
I've definitely been doing that this whole time.
Yeah. No worries. I'll allow it this time, but just know going forward that won't be allowed.
Okay.
You've played mages before. You should know that's a rule. That's a pretty big one too.
I've never played a mage.
Okay,
And
you never.
all the mages I've played have literally had like broken attributes, so like I've never had to worry about spell slots.
Yeah, it would make no sense. You have 6 seconds. It doesn't make sense to cast 2 somatic spells. You imagine?
I just thought I was dope as shit. I don't know.
Nah. I'm gonna let you cast a level 1. You can cast a level 1 healing word. That's it.
You can do healing word cantrip. Because cantrips are an action, but
Yeah.
not 2 spells.
Yeah. So if you want, cast the healing word.
Yeah, I'll cast a level 1 healing.
Okay. No worries.
I tried to save you, Andre. I'm sorry. Go ahead and heal 9.
Oh, that helps. That helps something.
That's my turn.
All right. And then we go to Jorson.
So my astral arms have a 10-foot reach. Can I reach beyond the guy in front of me
Yes.
and hit the mage?
Yes.
All right, so I'm gonna use a key point and do 3 attacks. I'm gonna hit the mage with 2 of them and the guy in front of me with 1 attack.
Okay. All right. Roll to hit.
I'm saying the first one is going to the first guy. So
First one misses. The 2 hit. The last 2 hit. So the guy in front of you doesn't get hit, but the guy behind him takes 2 attacks. Roll for damage. As 2 arms come flying out, he's not even looking in your direction, and they just catch him right behind the head, doing a total of.
So that's 9 apiece, so 18 damage.
All right. And he takes that damage. Minus 18. Cool. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
All right. And then we go to the next person's turn, which is top of the turn. Vita, what do you want to do?
I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Healing Spirit on the space Andre's in, so he can heal for 1d6. And then I'm going to move 30 feet right here. Actually 40. And I'm going to do 2 more arrows at the mage.
Wait, so I roll that?
I'll roll it if you want.
No, you roll it, Andre, and you roll it at the beginning of your turn.
Oh, true.
Okay, and what do you want to do, Vito?
I'm going to do 2 arrows at the mage.
Okay, the hunter. All right.
Are you using your... Never mind.
All right, she fires off 2 arrows, and having to concentrate on the healing spell, she starts to kind of lose her focus a little bit, and the 2 arrows go whizzing off in the wrong direction, not hitting her mark.
Dang, that's my turn.
All right. And now we go to the next person, which is Torak. Torak, it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Fuck. I'm gonna use my movement 20 feet to move there, and I will cast Thorn Whip on Hunter 1.
All right.
This guy.
Roll to hit.
$24.
That hits. Roll for damage.
He takes 7 points of piercing and gets pulled 10 feet towards me.
All right. As he comes 10 feet towards you, move here. That'll be there. As he comes a little bit closer to you, he feels the thorns kind of cut through his skin, leave lacerations, doing a total 7 hit points of damage. Is there anything else?
That's all I can do.
All right, Andre, it's your turn.
Do I get an opportunity of attack?
No, not for being pulled.
He's also still within range of your melee.
Yeah, I just
And it's
saw
forced
that.
movement, so you can't.
Okay. This is a joke. I'm gonna shield master shell this guy.
All right, roll to see if you can bring him down.
Roll your healing as well.
Yes. That's 22.
That is let me just check one thing. Make sure I'm not an
Alpha
idiot.
damage.
Roll that D4.
What? D4? For what?
Not you. If it's a saving throw, he has to roll a D4 to negate it.
Sorry. What do you want to do?
If that strength comparison is a saving throw, he has to roll.
Yeah. No. He already beat him. Roll for damage. Are you swinging or what are you doing? You just knocking him prone?
I've already knocked that guy prone, and I'm gonna focus my damage on him.
Okay, roll for damage. Roll with advantage.
Yes. That is so fucking painful. 17 and 20.
Only the 20 hits.
That was a dirty 20 also. So that's 6 damage.
With what? With your
Oh no, that's 8 damage.
with the scimitar? Okay, yeah. As you come swinging down, he's able to block the first one, but the second one catches him along his rib cage, doing a total of 8 damage. All right, and with that, it goes to the enemy's turn. The enemy, seeing the situation unfold, all start swinging. First off, the guy uses his movement to get back up, and he fires 3 attacks at you. First one being a shield bash, and the second one being 2 attacks. The 2 attacks hit. 1, 2, 3. The shield bash, however, misses as you're able to hold your ground, and he does a total of 18 hit points of damage. And then at that point, the one who'd been focusing on you this whole time, one of the hunters, they also swing at you twice, sensing your blood. They go in for the kill. That's a critical. And that's also...
I'm dumb. I'm not surviving this.
All right, as he swings at you twice, as you're preoccupied with one of the warriors, 2 attacks come from behind, catching you off guard, and then you fall unconscious. And at this point, the hunter who just sees you fall to the floor unconscious grabs his sword, points it at your neck, and says, "If any of you move, I'll stab him." And this hunter comes up forward approximately 30 feet and grabs his bow and says, and then readies their action, "Surrender now!" And they end their turn. Azura, what do you want to do?
I've had an attack of opportunity on this guy.
Yes, sure.
I would have taken that before he had ran over there. Oh, I don't think that hits, but that's a 16.
16. That hits. Roll for damage.
Oh shit! What a miracle! My first melee. That would be 4 points of damage.
All right, as he's running behind, you take your little short sword and swing it at his back, cutting him, making him stagger just a little bit, but not enough to really halt his movements. And so now it's your turn. What do you want to do in your action? Yeah, so they have their actions ready.
Well, he only has an action ready.
No,
Oh,
the
he
two of them.
does too.
Yeah.
Let me see. Can't get them all at the same time. All right, can I look to the rest of my team and see like if they look like they're about to surrender or not?
Yes.
I mean,
look around.
yeah, you could look.
All right, Jordan, do you like you're gonna keep fighting, or are you looking like you're about to surrender?
I am gonna keep fighting.
Vita, what about you?
I'm gonna keep fighting.
What about you, Torok?
I'm gonna not fight. I'm out of everything, so
Okay. Seeing as though two of my party members still seem like they want to fight, I take the great risk of.
Wait, hold a big pause. Where the fuck is the thrall that I summoned? I just realized.
Yeah, it would be right to your right, but it would also just be kind of just standing there. And since you use your bonus action to Shield Master Shove, you didn't even give it an order, so.
Oh my god, okay. Keep that in mind for next time.
Yeah, it's just
next time.
yeah, it probably just fucked off.
Well, using my last bit of energy left, I'm going to look at Wari and then cast Enemies Abound on him.
Okay.
That's an intelligence saving throw. And he'd have. I'm assuming he fails because it's a 16.
He fails.
Alright, so then he basically considers everybody to be an enemy.
All right. Is that it?
I am going to also cast Bardic Inspiration on Jorzen. No. I am going to cast Mantle of Majesty and then use my bonus action to tell him to disarm Hunter 1.
Huh? What does that do?
Mantle of Majesty, as a bonus action, I can cast a command without expending a spell slot for 1 minute or... Oh, no, I can't do that because I already have a concentration spell going. Never mind. Sorry.
All right. So as soon as you cast the first spell, he swings at Andre, hitting him. Andre immediately fails 2 death saving throws as blood comes pouring out. And this archer is also going to fire with disadvantage. And the arrow misses. All right, so Andre's on the verge of death with 2 failed death saving throws.
Yeah, I guess as a bonus action, I'll just give Jordan Bardic Inspiration, which is a D8.
Okay, all right.
Is that a D8 of temp health?
Also, just keep in mind, guys, if he goes down again, he maintains those death saving throws that he failed. So,
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Is there anything else?
I
think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I'll take like a step back or something.
All right, Torok, we go top of the turn. Vita, what are you going to do?
Wait, what about me?
Sorry, Jordan, go ahead. What do you want to do?
I'm gonna use the astral arms to grapple the guy who is pointing a sword at Andre.
Okay, all right. Is there some kind of spell check?
Yeah, it's just a grapple check. Yeah.
Okay.
14.
No, you fail. As you arms try to grab him, his strength lessens as like there you can see there's some form of frenzy in his eyes.
Wait, are we talking about Hunter 1?
Yeah, it fails.
Roll a d4.
No, you lose concentration. What are you talking about?
I haven't been hit.
Doesn't matter. You cast enemies abound. Bro, you got to pay attention.
Enemies abound is
It's a
not
concentration.
though.
It is a concentration. 100%.
Ah, shit. I gotta pay more attention.
Yes, sir. It's all good. I got you, bro. So, yes, you failed the grapple check. What do you want to do?
I will spend a key point to activate patient defense.
All right, cool. You sit there patiently defending. And then we go to your turn, Vita.
2 arrows at Hunter 1.
All right. Fire off 2 arrows.
Um, 18 and 18.
They both hit. Roll for damage. There's no hunter's mark, eh? I don't know what you're...
Oh, okay. So
Yeah.
then -5. That's 8, and then plus my 12, 20.
Okay.
And
Yeah, he's definitely feeling the hurt.
I'm gonna leave that healing spirit on Andre. Okay, that's it.
Okay. All right, and then we go to the next person's turn, which is Torok. Torok, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna use my movement to back up. 5 to here. And as I'm retreating, I'm gonna fire a crossbow bolt at a shield guy.
Okay, all right. Should fire to hit.
I would recommend not him, but
19.
19 just hits.
He takes 9 points of piercing.
9 points of piercing. As the arrow comes flying through the sky, it catches him right in the chest, doing 9 points of piercing damage as he staggers a little bit. And then we go to Andre. Andre, the healing spirit on you actually brings you back up. So for 1d6, you get a total of...
Oh shit! I was making a new character.
You get 2 hit points back as you come back up. But you're so badly wounded and you're still bound by whatever spell they cancel you that makes you can't move. So what do you want to do?
I'm gonna use what little time to breathe I have to shout at the enemies. Though you may have brought me down, I was a wall to protect my friends. Good luck with them.
Okay. Is there anything else?
That'll be it.
you ain't attacking.
All right.
What? What? I can't move. I'm fucking prone, right? Like, I need to get up first. Using movement, which I don't have.
Yeah.
The healing spell would have brought you back up.
Oh. Oh yeah, in that case, I'm definitely clapping these motherfuckers.
Okay, all right.
Oh, I lost rage, so I'm gonna do that again.
Okay.
Two attacks on this guy. That is my first attack to hit, by the way. That is a 11.
All right. Yeah, you managed to knock him out. As you go slicing at his chest, you cut across his arm, and he's bleeding so profusely. You see him still breathing, but then he just collapses, and he is currently down.
And to finish off my turn, I'm gonna say, are you sure that you guys aren't the guys that should be surrendering?
And just as that happens, he tries to swing at you with his shield, but you are able to move out of the way just in time. Then he swings again at you with his spear, and that completely misses. But then he goes for a second one, and that one hits, bringing you back down. As the spear collapses right against your chest, you try to stand there for a few seconds, just staring at him where the wound hit. And this hunter, seeing you go down, says, "You've tried to kill my friend!" And swings at Andre twice with advantage since he's prone. Natural 20. So Andre
F in the chat.
is down and gone with 3 failed death saving throws. And the enemy says, and this guy uses his full movement to dash and runs off in this direction. And that is it for their turn. And we go to you, Azura, and then Jorson.
Andre has finally passed. That means that I no longer have to hold back the shatter spells that I was doing in the first place. So I.
Oh, wait. Let me retcon that. Because I just realized that he had enemies
right.
are banned. So, 1, 2, 3. Okay, cool. So he attacks any enemy at random.
Yep.
Never mind. I'm going to leave everything because 1 was Andre. So, all right. So Andre still took all the hits. So Andre's back to being down again. Sorry. So he was 2, he was 3, and then 4. I would have still made it like the enemy. So it doesn't matter. All right. So it's your turn. What do you want to do?
I will move 20 feet, 25 feet, 30 feet this way, seeing this guy try to run, and I will cast a level 1 Dissonant Whispers on him.
All right. What's the save?
16.
Fails. Roll for damage.
Yeah, go ahead and run like the little bitch you are. Let's go with these big claps.
All right. He uses his full movement to run away from you. And as he does so, psychic damage invades his mind as you tell him, "You're never going to escape here alive." And he takes 16 hit points of psychic damage.
Well, yes. For my bonus action, I do nothing. I just stay here. Wait,
right.
no, I cast Mantle of Inspiration on the remaining members of my party who are actually still here.
Cool. All right. If you guys want, you could use your movement. Everyone except for Jorson, who's still bound by this one.
So that means I have like 16 temp HP, right?
No, temp HP doesn't stack.
Exactly.
Oh,
So
okay.
what you had before is what you have now.
Okay, bet. It's my turn though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. At seeing Andre die, I scream in rage, "Get out of my way!" And I will do flurry of blows to homeboy.
All right. Roll for 4 attacks, I guess. Yeah, that's 3 hits. Roll for damage.
Alrighty. Yes. So hold on, give me a second.
He's down. As you go in for a flurry of blows and you start hitting him everywhere, you see him standing still, just barely, with blood profusely coming out of every orifice. But then she just collapses to the floor.
All right.
Her name is Esmeralda.
I will scream out like a scream of rage at her falling.
All right. And then we go top of the turn with you, Vita.
Okay, I'm gonna do 2 arrows at this remaining Wari.
No, there's still one guy up top too.
It's okay. She's shooting 2 arrows at Wari. Roll to hit. as she sees Wari just standing over Andre's body. She fires 2 arrows, but Wari is able to grab his shield and parry both of them.
Okay, that's my turn.
All right, and then we go to you, Torak. Torak, you just watched Andre perish.
I'm gonna keep moving this way. And given what I just saw, I'm gonna fire at Wari at disadvantage.
All right. As you fire through the thick set of bushes,
No,
your arrow just flings right against the rock. You completely miss your mark.
that's my turn.
And then we go to the enemy. This guy over here uncorks a vial and then pours it in this person's mouth. And as he does so, this person comes back. 2 of them seeing what's unfolding in front of them. He... Well, this is awkward. He doesn't have any more left. He's going to cast his spell on you, Vita. Vita, roll me a charisma save. All right, and you, Vita, you now disappear. You are gone. And just as that happened, the both of them kind of run. He runs off into the bushes back here. Actually, no, he'll run off this way. Yeah, run off behind this rock. And he says, "Surrender! No more have to die." And this hunter comes forward. At the same time, Wari has to attack to the enemies that he can see. And the only people he can see are his own people. So 1, 2, 3. All right. And he runs to you, Azura. Jorson, you get an attack of opportunity. Climbing over the bodies in a mad frenzy. He runs at you, Azura. Jorson, you want to roll to hit?
Yep, doing it right now.
That's only one attack, but it misses. He comes at you with his shield and tries to bash you. 14?
Hits.
Okay, all right. And then swings twice with his spear. Another 4, that's a 18, 16, but the other one misses. So that's 2d4 and then 2d6. And he swings at you with the shield. Make a strength saving throw.
Ugh.
All right, you fail, so it's with advantage. So let's see if the second attack hits. Second one hits as well. So you take, that's 2 plus 2, that's 4 plus 4, that's 8. You are prone, and he swings twice at you with his spear, hitting you 2 times, doing a total
I
of
do a reaction to the first attack to do a hellish rebuke.
16 hit points of damage. And just as you're falling on the floor, that's 2 plus 2 plus 10. That's 14. So just as you're falling to the floor after being punctured by the spear, you cast this spell, and all of a sudden hellish flames come out of your horns going straight towards the enemy, and then setting him on fire for 14 hit points of damage. And that ends the enemy's turn.
How much total damage did I take? 16?
You took 16 plus 8, so that'd be 20, 22. Oh, and concentration. Roll me a concentration check just to make sure you maintained your concentration. For 3 attacks. That's one concentration check. That's another one. That's 3. All right, you maintain your concentration as he's still in mad frenzy at the moment. All right. And that is it for his turn. And it goes to your turn, Azura. Azura, what do you want to do?
Oh my fucking god. What a mess. You know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna. Is he far enough? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that 60 feet? I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers level 2. No, level 1 Dissonant Whispers on that Hunter 3.
Okay. Yeah. Roll to hit.
That's a Wisdom save of 16.
Okay. All right. Let me just do that real quick. Sorry, I was just adding up the damage. On the oh wait, let me just since it's Dissonant Whispers. You said it's 16?
Yep.
Is it +5 or +6? Saving throw +6. So no, he just makes it. So he's able to resist it, and he takes half damage. So as you cast the spell, the Frenzied Hunter, you hit him with the Whispers, and it does a total of 4 hit points of damage as he's able to resist it. He hasn't been too badly wounded, by the way. The one in front of you is actually heavily wounded, though.
I know, but I wanted to stop him from getting away. Because apparently we don't believe in allowing our people to die in front of us. Bonus action, I'm going to cast Mantle of Inspiration for my last key, and then use that reaction to get away.
All right.
And then move my movement further again.
Am I able to move since he's away from me?
You could actually move now, yes, Jorson. Because this guy's unconscious.
So I can use that Mantle of Inspiration to move?
Yep.
All right, I'm going to move up to Homeboy.
All right. And now it's your turn. What do you want to do?
Flurry of Blows.
All right, roll the attacks. As you unleash a flurry of punches all at him, as the first one connects, he's already dead, but then a barrage comes down. How do you want to kill him?
I'll hit him in the chest a couple of times, and then the astral arms will just twist his neck all the way around.
All right, and then he lays on the floor dead. As the arms kind of rip at his neck, you just hear a loud scrunch that can be heard throughout the entirety of the woods, and he falls to the floor dead.
I yell out to Jorzen, we have to get to that mage.
All right. And I'll start running towards him.
All right.
These count as 10-foot squares, right?
Yep.
3, 4. All right. That's my movement.
Okay, all right. And that's it for that turn. Next person is going to be top of the turn. Well, Vita's gone. So that means that it's you, Torok. Torok, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna use my movement to get up closer, 30 feet, and attack Hunter 3 at disadvantage. She's more than 80 feet away. Nope. That's my turn.
All right, as you fire the bolt, it just goes off into the woods and just hits a random tree. All right. As the hunter sees, he yells to his party, "They killed them! They killed all of them!" And he runs towards his party member over here. And let me see where you guys are. Okay, all right. Well, you guys can't see what happened. So we will just end that there. And then we go to the next person's turn.
I will use my dash action to move up here, and that'll be my turn.
All right. And then we go to your turn, Jorson. Jorson, what do you want to do?
Where are they?
You just saw them run behind the rock. You don't know exactly where, but you saw them run behind the rock. Oh, Vita, you come back.
Thank you. Okay.
Wait, Jordan, she's back.
I'm still going to be chasing them. So
All right.
I'm going to use a key point to do Where the hell is it? I'm sorry.
Step of the wind.
Yeah, Step of the Wind. Sorry, I couldn't think of what the name was. So that's going to allow me to do a dash as a bonus action. And my jump distance is doubled. So I'm going to dash all the way behind this rock. That'll make my movement 90 feet, by the way.
Yep. Move.
Yeah.
All right, you get around the rock, and you cannot see the enemy.
Are they above me?
You can. I will allow a perception check as your bonus action.
I already used my bonus action.
Use your main action as well.
No.
All right, then use your main action to roll a perception.
All right, we're. Yeah,
as you look around, you don't see any traces of them. You have no idea where they went. You just know that they ran off in this direction.
All right. Well, that's my turn.
All right. All right, and then with that, we go to the next person, which is Vita. Vita, what do you want to do?
It's Vita. I'm going to run 80 feet behind and try to attempt to track them.
Okay, all right.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm like right by this tree.
Okay.
And can I try to track them? Can I roll for that?
Sure. Roll me survival.
Survival.
But I'm going to tell you what happens on your next turn, since it takes time to track people.
Okay. Oh, okay. That's a 23.
Okay. All right. Perfect. I'll let you know what happens on your next turn. And we are going to go to Torak. Torak, what do you want to do? Seeing the carnage in front of you, the bodies laying there. These two are still bleeding out.
I'm gonna take my movement to go up to Andre.
Mm-hmm.
I will drop to my knees right above his body and say a prayer to my goddess. And as I get up, I'm picking up my scimitar, I'm cleaning it of blood and sheathing it.
Okay. All right.
That's my turn.
All right. Next turn, we go to you, Azur. Azur, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna move over to one of the enemies and tie. I'm gonna move over to the enemies and tie them up, and then do I have a kit to heal these people? Probably not. Yo, I do. I have a healer's kit, so I'm gonna use it to basically bring the one that I tied up to a stabilized, because I plan on doing some heavy interrogation.
All right. So this person is stabilized. And that is it for that person. And then we go to the next person, which is you, Jorson.
Do I see Vita coming up behind me?
Yeah, Vita is currently just trying to track, so she's looking at prints on the floor to see if she can find anything.
I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold my action to see what she finds.
Cool, understood. And then next person is you, Vita. Vita, what do you want to do? Sorry. So as you try to track and find any traces, you go to the last spot where there seems to have been footsteps, and then the footsteps just seem to disappear. They don't seem to have walked anywhere. They're just gone.
Okay, can I look up at any trees, see if there's markings in the trees or them hiding in the trees?
Sure, yeah. Roll perception.
Where's my perception? Wait, what did I just roll? A 7? 6, 13.
Yeah. As you look around, you don't see any traces of them in the trees above you or on the rock. You have no idea where they have gone from that point right there.
Okay, then I'm going to. I guess that's my turn.
All right. And with that, we're going to end the combat phase for now. So, what do you guys want to do?
If nobody's paying attention, since Andre is dead, I'm obviously going to...
Torak's right in front of him.
I'm paying attention.
Torak doesn't know Andre like I know Andre, so I don't care.
All right. Sleight of hand, roll with disadvantage. Torak, roll with advantage.
Perception or what?
Perception, yeah.
Okay, just saying my passive is 20, so...
Huh, let's see if he can beat it. All right, so he fails.
16.
As you start to try to rummage through, Torak watches you do so.
I'm gonna pull out my scimitar and point it at you and say, stop right now.
Not your friend, not your problem. And I continue.
Cool, I'm gonna just walk away then. Like, away. Off the map away.
Okay. All right. What about the rest of you guys? What are you guys doing?
I'll come back to where Andre is down.
Yeah, I'm coming back to Andre.
All right. As you're coming back, you guys see Azura fiddling with the body. You don't know what she's doing. She could be helping. She could be trying to figure it out. So, Azura, you would notice that people are starting to come towards you.
Okay. I remove Andre's Ring of the Ram from him. I remove his Clockwork Amulet, his Moon Touch Sword.
Not the sword, I got it already.
Ah.
How many items did you take exactly?
I'm not taking them. I'm taking them off of his body.
Okay. All right.
And
All right.
I'm taking all of his artwork as well.
Whew. Okay.
And then I take the gold and I look to the others and I say, well, how do you want to split this?
All right. Just as that happens, you feel your book tremble, Azura. As your book starts to tremble, you can hear things happening within inside of it. And just as that happens, your left hand starts to convulse, and then it starts to decay.
Interesting.
And then you lose all feeling in your left arm.
Well, this is unpleasant.
Is that visible?
You could just see it's limp, so you just see it just like dangling. That's all you can tell.
Okay. Well, first, 2 of these people are alive, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you bound them both, right? Z?
Yep.
This one would be dead by now. This is the one he did healing on.
Okay. I will kneel by Andre's body and say a prayer for his soul.
All right. As you begin to start praying, Vita, what do you want to do in this moment?
Man, Vita goes to Andre and even though I didn't know him for that long, I could see like in his spirit a gentleness, and he didn't deserve to die like this. He should still be here with us. And she just sits by him.
All right. You, Azura, you start to hear laughing in your ears. No one else can hear it but you start to hear it. And as you hear it and the laughing intensifies, your left arm becomes more and more numb to the point where you can no longer feel it or use it whatsoever. Whatever you were holding in your left arm completely drop, and only your right arm now works. And you have a -2 to Constitution now, as well as a -1 to Dexterity.
I'm unattuned from the book.
That'll take a long rest.
Okay.
Okay. Once you finish your rest, you can certainly do so. All right.
I look over to everybody and I say, so we're not splitting the gold?
I don't want any of it.
I do not care about gold, my friend.
Well, suit yourself.
All right. And as you're doing that, yet another rumbling happens within the book. Oh my god.
Why would I suffer for doing the exact same thing twice?
Hey, like I said, another rumbling happens inside the book, and you start to hear the voices get louder and louder. And then you grab whatever gold Andre had.
Never trust a book from a deity.
All right, so what are you guys doing in this moment?
Once I finish my prayer, I'll make sure Andre's eyes are closed. And then I'm going to go over to this person who is still alive and then set them up against the rock.
Okay, yeah, as you lay the bodies against the rocks, you see all the places where you left wounds on them. So are you leaving her against the rock right here?
Yeah, I'm just going to lean them up against the rock.
Okay. This person's dead now.
Yeah, only her. I don't care about the other person.
Okay, cool. And she's still unconscious.
I will sit cross-legged in front of her until she wakes up.
All right. As you run up in front of her and you sit cross-legged, she's just unconscious, so you're just staring at her. Vita, what are you doing in this moment?
I want the healing spirit that I casted in battle.
Mm-hmm.
I can like make it look like anything. I want it to look like a bear. And
Okay.
I want the bear to just walk over to Andre. It's like kind of translucent and there's like an aura around it. And I want it to just lay on him and then dissipate. And then Vita is going to go with Jorson with the captive.
Okay. All right. You go up with Jorson towards the captive, and as the bear starts to wriggle near Andre's body, the bear kind of seems to enlarge a little bit, and it sits there, kind of nibbling at its body in a kind of manner. Torok, you've kind of walked off after watching everything. What are you doing?
I am somewhere out of earshot and eyesight setting up burial rites for Andre. So I'm getting up my holy symbol, I'm lighting some incense, and I'm going to spend the next 30 minutes saying my prayers to Selune and making sure that his whatever tainted soul gets passed on to where it's supposed to be.
Okay.
And then after I'm done with that, I'm going to wander back slowly.
All right. As you sit there right by the tree line setting this up, you begin to start the burial rites. You dig out a symbol that you've known since your time inside the cloisters. And as you do so, the moon at the moment shines at its brightest. And you could feel the strong breeze pass the moment you finish inscribing what you needed to in the floor. You feel a strong breeze pass by. And as you do so, you feel leaves kind of coalesce on top of where you drew the symbol. And as you look up to the sky, you could almost feel a strong connection in that moment. And you could tell that you believe that you've been heard.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, we come back to you, Azura. Azura, you're still hearing the voices super loud. In fact, so loud that it's hard for you to hear anything else that's going on around you.
Well, since I know I'm probably the only one who can hear these voices because I was the only one who heard them last time, I will act like nothing is wrong.
Okay.
I look at the two items and I look at everyone else and I say, well, I'll hold on to these until we figure out who should get them. I'm going to keep the artwork. When I long rest, I would actually like to use the artwork that Andre created to make a tale of Andre the Giant, and so like a story of lore that I would tell at bars and stuff like that.
All right. All right.
And then I also head over to the person who's unconscious.
All
and
right.
I do some light taps across the face to see if it'll wake them up.
All right. So this person still being unconscious from being badly wounded does not seem to be waking up. Approximately 10 to 20 minutes come by before Torok comes back, seeing everyone huddled over there and Andre's still on the floor. Yeah, this person's still out cold.
All right, I'll cast a level 2 Cure Wounds on him then, just to see if they'll wake up.
Okay, yeah. As you clasp your one hand and you say a verbal spell, the person who's bound opens their eyes and they are now awake, having some of their wounds closed. But as they do so, they see the carnage around them, the dead bodies still lying around. They say, "It wasn't a dream. You killed my brother."
Quiet, quiet, quiet. You wouldn't want us to kill you too.
And just as you say that, she spits in your face with blood pouring out of her mouth.
I'd be upset if it wasn't for the fact that I've already killed your friends.
When she does that, I'm going to backhand her.
All right. As you do so, since she's bound, you smack her across the face, and she says, "Good. Let me bleed out and die. Your time is coming."
Why did you attack us?
As she looks around, she says, "I see that not all of us have been killed by you. Well, they'll come find you now."
You seem to be mistaken. The other bodies are behind the rock. We chased them down earlier. Why did you attack us?
Roll me a deception.
19.
As she looks at you, she says, "So you've killed them. And you hid their bodies back there, but not these ones."
You're a moron. We didn't hide their bodies. We simply didn't move their bodies the same way that the bodies that are on the ground were there when we killed them. If you touched them, you'd realize they're cold, and if you looked at them, you'd realize that none have been dragged. So we can continue this back and forth, or you could save us the trouble and tell us why you attacked us.
Why? I don't have to tell you anything. Kill me, so I can join my brother.
No.
I want to take one of my rapiers and put it to her neck. And I say, if you don't tell us what we want to know, I'll starve you and feed you your brother.
And as you put the rapier to her neck, she moves her mouth and she bites on it. And she says, "Do it. Do it. I'll tell you nothing."
I pull the rapier back and say, "Vita, Vita, Vita. Now. Violence is not always the answer, even though sometimes I do prefer it. How about we rest and then we assume a little charming in the morning? You will tell us what we need to know."
Good. Sit here and wait.
I will literally do nothing but sit in front of her and stare at her.
You seem to have forgotten something. Somebody wasn't with us when we attacked you. And as she says that, blood comes pouring out her mouth. She says, "This is good. Your time is coming. Jagal, I'll be with you soon."
Ah, yes, I forgot about him. The bard. All right, let's grab him. So I look to the party and say, we should move. Take this one with us. Find some place to camp. Rinse and repeat.
We should bury Andre first.
I
Yeah.
think that's fair.
All right. So you guys go through the process of starting to bury Andre. And as you do so, You guys are successfully able to give him a small spot right by the tree line.
I carry her with us, by the way.
Yeah, sure. As you finish digging the grave, Evita, you draw a little insignia of a bear beside the grave. And you, Torok, what do you want to do?
I will try and reach out to my goddess and. Actually, is this one of the trees that are alive? Like, would it be alive?
This tree's a little bit further from the tree line, so it's one of those sporadic trees that doesn't seem to be part of the Godwood, no.
Okay, then in that case, I will take out my scimitar and I will carve out the symbol of an eye. And I'm sorry, a dagger, not my scimitar. The symbol of an eye with some stars around it.
Mm-hmm.
And if I can find Andres' paints before we bury him, I will paint the eyes in light gray, then put the paints back with him.
Okay. Yeah, as you grab the paints, you place them over the eyes at the exact points where you feel like it's appropriate for the ritual. And as you do so, you feel like you've done an adequate job.
Okay, I will get up and I will move away from the burial site.
All right. Now that you guys have finished the process, what do you guys want to do?
I'll lay my hand on his grave and say out loud, I am sorry that I was too weak to save you.
All right.
Let's move.
Away from the tree line.
Okay, yeah, I see where you guys are going. You guys are going towards the plains and towards the desert. So you guys want to travel in the middle of the night, or you want to finish a long rest?
Man,
Don't really have a choice now, do we? We have to travel.
we have to go, yeah.
All right, and as you grasp the hunter and head off with your prisoner, you guys head with one less party member, leaving behind Andre's body near the edge of the Godwood. And as you do so, you head east towards the plain, away from Baravia and away from the Godwood. And that is where we're going to end today's session. On a very somber and sad note. And for all the people who are watching on YouTube, thanks for watching. And that's it.